Okay, let's go. Continuing tonight with Numbers chapter 21 through the end of Numbers and maybe into part of Deuteronomy. Let's get it. Okay. Do this. Okay. Unpause timer. Numbers chapter 21. Oops. And when King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt toward the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way that the spies had found out, he fought against Israel, and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord, and said, If thou wilt deliver this people into my hand, I will utterly destroy their cities. And the Lord heard the voice of Israel, and delivered them from the Canaanites. Well, delivered them, the Canaanites. And they destroyed them and their cities, and called the name of the place Hormah. And they departed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea, to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people fainted by the way. And the people spake against God and against Moses, Wherefore hast thou brought us out of Egypt, for to die in the wilderness? For here is neither bread nor water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. Wherefore the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, which stung them, and much people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Make intercession to the Lord, that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses made intercession for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent, and set it up for a sign, that it may be that as many as are bitten set it up for a sign, that as many as are bitten may look upon it and live. And Moses made a serpent of brass, and set it up for a sign. And when the serpents had bitten any man, he beheld the serpent of brass, and was healed. And the children of Israel departed thence, and pitched in Oboth. Let's see. This is where I was meant to be. Here we are. And they departed from Oboth, and pitched at the heaps of Abarim, even in the wilderness, which is by the plain of Moab on the east side. And they removed thence, and pitched upon the river of Zarad. And they departed thence, and pitched on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness, and cometh out of the coasts of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Wherefore it is spoken in the book of the war of the Lord, what thing he did in the Red Sea, and in the river of Arnon, and the head of the river that goeth down to the dwelling of Ar, and stretcheth unto the border of Moab. From thence it turneth unto Beer, the same as Beer, or well, whereof the Lord spake unto Moses, Gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, Arise up well, sing ye unto him. The princes digged this well, the captains of the people digged it, and the teacher, and with their staves. And from the wilderness they went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nahaliel, and from Nahaliel to Bamoth, and from Bamoth to the valley that is in the field of Moab, unto the top of the hill that appeareth before Jeshimon. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon king of the Amorites, saying, I will go through thy land, we will not turn into the fields or vineyards, neither drink of the waters of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we be past thy country. And Sihon would give Israel no license to pass through his country, but gathered all his people together, and went out against Israel into the wilderness. And he came to Jahazah, or Jaza, and fought against Israel. And Israel smote him in the edge of the sword, and conquered his land from Arnon unto Jabbok, and unto the children of Ammon. For the border of the children of Ammon was strong. And Israel took all these cities, and dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon, and in all the towns that long thereto, or belong thereto. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon the king of the Amorites, which fought before against the king of the Moabites, and took all his land out of his hand, even unto Arnon. Wherefore they say in the proverb, Come to Heshbon, and let the city of Sihon be built and repaired. For there is a fire gone out of Heshbon, and a flame from the city of Sihon, and hath consumed Ar in Moab, and the inheritors of the high places in Arnon. We woe be to the Moab. Okay, woe be to thee, Moab, O people of Chamos, ye are undone. He hath put his sons to flight, and his daughters to captivity, unto Sihon the king of the Amorites. King of Amorites. Their empire is lost from Heshbon unto Dibon, and we made a wilderness even unto Nophah, which reacheth unto Medeba. And thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites. And Moses sent to search out Jazer, and they took the towns belonging thereto, and rooted out the Amorites that were therein. And they turned and went up toward Bashan. And Og the king of Bashan came out against them, he and all his people, to fight um, at Edrei. And the Lord said unto Moses, Fear him not, for I have delivered him in thine hand, and all his people, and his land. And thou shalt do to him as thou didst unto Sihon the king of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshbon. They smote him therefore, and his sons, and all his people, until there was nothing left him, and they conquered his land. 22. And the children of Israel departed and pitched in the fields of Moab on the other side of Jordan, over against Jericho. And Balak the son of Zippor saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites, and the Moabites were sore afraid of the people, because they were many, and stood in fear of the children of Israel. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, Now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as an ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak the son of Zippor was king of the Moabites at that time. He sent messengers therefore unto Balaam the son of Beor in Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his folk, to call him, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, and behold, they cover the face of the earth, and dwell over against me. Come now, therefore, and curse this people for my sake, for they are too mighty for me. If so, peradventure I might be able to smite them, and to drive them out of the land. For I wot that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and whom thou cursest is cursed. And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed, having the reward of the reward of the soothsaying in their hand. And they came unto Balaam, and told him the words of Balak. And he answered them, Tarry here this night, and I will bring you word, even as the Lord shall say unto me. And the lords of Moab abode with Balaam. And God came unto Balaam, and said, What men are these with thee? And Balaam said unto God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, hath sent unto me, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, and covereth the face of the earth. Come now therefore, and curse them for my sake, if peradventure, or if so peradventure I may be able to overcome them in battle, and to drive them out. And God said unto Balaam, Go not thou with them, neither curse the people, for they are blessed. And Balaam rose up in the morning, and said unto the lords of Balak, Get you unto your land, for the Lord will not suffer me to go with you. And the lords of Moab rose up, and went unto Balak, and said, Balaam would not come with us. And Balak sent again a greater company of lords, and more honorable than they, which came to Balaam, and told him, Thus saith Balak the son of Zippor, let nothing let thee or prevent thee, but come unto me, for I will greatly promote thee unto great honor, and will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come, I pray thee, curse this people for my sake. And Balak answered and said unto the servants of Balak, Balaam answered, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my God, to do less or more. Now therefore, tarry ye here this night, that I may wit what the Lord will say unto me more. And the Lord came unto Balaam by night, and said unto him, If the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them. But look, what I say unto thee, that shalt thou do. And Balaam rose up early, and saddled his ass, and went unto the lords of Moab. And the countenance of God was angry, because he went. Because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way against him, and he rode upon his ass, and his 2 servants were with him. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord stand in the way, and having a sword drawn in his hand, the ass turned aside out of the way, and went out into the field. And Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. But the angel of the Lord stood in a path between the vineyards, and there was a wall on the one side, and another on the other. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she wrenched into the wall, and thrust Balaam's foot unto the wall, and he smote her again. And the angel of the Lord went further, and stood in a narrow place where was no way to turn, either to the right hand or to the left. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Balaam. And Balaam was wroth, and smote the ass with a staff. And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me now 3 times? And Balaam said unto the ass, Because thou hast mocked me, I would also there were a sword in mine hand, for even now would I kill thee. And the ass said unto Balaam, Am not I thine ass, which thou hast ridden upon since thou wast born unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? He said, Nay. And the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, having a sword drawn in his hand. He bowed himself therefore, and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, Wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass 3 times? Behold, I came out as an adversary, because thou makest thy way contrary unto me. And the ass saw me, and went back from me 3 times. Or else, if she had not turned from me, giving place to me that stood in the way, I had surely slain thee, and saved her alive. Balaam said unto the angel of the Lord, I have sinned, for I wist not that thou stoodest in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease thee, I will turn home again. The angel said unto Balaam, Go with the men, but what I say unto thee, that shalt thou speak. And so Balaam went with the lords of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went out to meet him unto a city of Moab, which is in the border of Arnon, even in the utmost coast. And Balak said unto Balaam, Did I not send for thee to call thee? And wherefore camest thou not unto me? Because I am not able to promote thee unto honor? And Balaam made answer unto Balak, Lo, I am come unto thee, and can I now say anything at all? The word that God putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak. And Balaam went with Balak, and they came unto a city of streets. And Balak offered oxen and sheep, and sent rewards for Balaam and for the lords that were with him. And on the morrow Balak took Balaam, and brought him up into the high place of Baal, that thence he might see the uttermost part of the people. 23. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam said. And Balak and Balaam offered on every altar 1 ox and a ram. And Balaam said unto Balak, Stand by the sacrifice, and I will go, if haply the Lord will meet me. And whatsoever he showeth me, I will tell thee. And he went forth alone. But God met Balaam, and Balaam said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and have offered upon every altar an ox and a ram. And the Lord put a saying in Balaam's mouth, and said, Go again to Balak, and say on this wise. And when he went again unto him, lo, he stood by his sacrifice, he and all the lords of Moab. And he took up his parable, and said, Balak the king of Moab hath fetched me from Mesopotamia out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse Jacob for my sake. Come and defy Israel. How shall I curse him whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy him whom God hath not defied? From the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell by themselves, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Who can tell the dust of Jacob, and the number of the 4th part of Israel? I pray God that my soul may die the death of the righteous, and that my last end may be like his. And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me? I fetched thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them. He answered and said, Must I not keep that, and speak it, which the Lord hath put in my mouth? And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, whence thou mayest see them. And thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all. Curse them out of that place for my sake. And he brought him into a field where men might see far off, even to the top of an hill, and built 7 altars, and offered an ox and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Balak, Stand here by thy sacrifice, while I go yonder. And the Lord met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Go again unto Balak. There's pages missing. One moment here. Go again unto Balak. And thus say. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his sacrifice, and the lords of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What hath the Lord said? And he took up his parable, and answered, Rise up, Balak, and hear, and hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of a man that he should repent. Should he say and not do? Or should he speak and not make it good? Behold, I have taken upon me to bless, for he hath blessed, and it is not in my power to alter it. He beheld no vanity in Jacob, nor saw travail in Israel. The Lord his God is with him, and the presence of the king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt. He hath strength as an unicorn. There is no sorcery in Jacob, nor soothsaying in Israel. It is now told unto Jacob and Israel what God hath wrought. Behold, the people shall rise up as a lioness, and heave up himself as a lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey, and drink the blood of them that are slain. And Balak said unto Balaam, Neither curse them nor bless them. But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, Told not I thee the saying? Told not I thee, saying, All that the Lord speaketh, that I must do? And Balak said unto Balaam, Come, I pray thee, and I will bring thee yet unto another place, if peradventure it shall please God that thou mayest thence curse them for my sake. And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of Peor, and bowed toward the wilderness of Jeshimon. And Balaam said unto Balak, Make me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered an ox and a ram on every altar. 24. And when Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord that he should bless Israel, he went not as he did twice before to fetch soothsaying, but set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes and looked upon Israel as he lay according to his tribes, as Israel lay according to his tribes. And the Spirit of God came upon him. And he took up his parable, and said, Balaam the son of Beor hath said, and the man whose eye is open hath said, He hath said, which heareth the words of God, and seeth the visions of the Almighty, and falleth down with open eyes. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thine habitations, O Israel! Even as the valleys are they laid abroad, and as gardens by the river's side, as the tents which the Lord hath pitched, and as cypress trees beside the waters. The water droppeth out of his bucket, and his seed shall be as many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. God brought him out of Egypt, as the strength of an unicorn is he unto him. He shall eat the nations his enemies, and gnaw their bones, and pierce them through with his arrows. He couched himself, and lay down as a lion, and as a lioness. Who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee. And Balak was wroth with Balaam, and smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I sent for thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them this 3 times. Therefore now get thee quickly unto thy place. I thought that I would promote thee unto honor, but lo, the Lord hath kept thee back from worship. Balaam answered unto Balak, Told I not thy messengers which thou sentest unto me, saying, If Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot pass the word of the Lord to do either good or bad, of mine own mind. But what the Lord saith, that am I compelled to speak. And now, behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy folk in the latter days. And he took up his parable, and said, Balaam the son of Beor hath said, The man whose eye is open hath said, He hath said, that heareth the words of God, and hath the knowledge of the Most High, and beholdeth the vision of the Almighty, and hath fallen with open eyes. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star of Jacob, and rise a scepter of Israel, and shall smite the coasts of Moab, and undermine all the children of Seth. And Edom shall be possessed, and Seir shall fall to the possession of their enemies, and Israel shall do manfully. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy the remnant of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable, and said, Amalek is the first of the nations, but his latter end shall perish. Utterly. And he looked on the Kenites, and took up his parable, and said, Strong is thy dwelling place, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock. Nevertheless the Kenites shall be rooted out until Ashur take the prisoner. And he took up his parable, and said, Alas, who shall live when God doeth this? The ships also shall come out of the coast of Italy, and subdue Ashur, and subdue Eber, and he himself shall perish at the last. And Balaam rose up and went and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way. That's interesting. They wrote Italy here. I think this is Kittim, which is the island which lies toward Italy. And I think it usually does stand for the Gentiles. which Italy is. 25. And Israel dwelt in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab, um, which called the people unto the sacrifice of their gods. And the people did eat, and worshipped their gods, and Israel coupled himself unto Baal Peor. And the indignation of the Lord was provoked against Israel, and the Lord said unto Moses, Take all the heads of the people, and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the wrath of the Lord's countenance may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, Every one slay his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. Now I can go back here. That were joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish wife, in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the multitude of the children of Israel, that wept before the door of the tabernacle of witness. And when Phinehas the son of Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest saw it, he rose up out of the midst of the company, and took a weapon in his hand, and went after the man of Israel into the tent, and thrust him through, both the man of Israel and also the woman, even through the belly of her. And the plague ceased from the children of Israel, and there died in the plague 24,000. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas the son of Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest hath turned mine anger away from the children of Israel, while he was jealous for my sake among them that I had not among them, while he was jealous for my sake among them, that I had not consumed the children of Israel in my jealousy. So that I had not consumed the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore say, Behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of the priest's office forever, because he was jealous for his God's sake, and made an atonement for the children of Israel. The name of the Israelite which was slain with the Midianitish wife was Zimri the son of Shalu, a lord of an house and kindred of Simeon. And the name of the Midianitish wife that was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur, a head over the people of an house and kindred of Midian. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Vex the Midianites, and smite them, for they trouble you with their wiles, which have beguiled you by deceit, in the cause of Peor, and in the cause of their sister Cosbi, the daughter of a lord of the Midianites, which was slain in the day of the plague for Peor's sake. 26. And it fortuned that after the plague the Lord spake unto Moses and Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take the number of all the multitude of the children of Israel from 20 years and above throughout their fathers' houses, all that are able to go to war in Israel. And Moses and Eleazar the priest spake unto them in the fields of Moab by Jordan over against Jericho from 20 years and above, as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel, when they were come out of Egypt. Reuben the eldest son of Israel, the children of Reuben, Hanok, of whom cometh the kindred of the Hanokites, and Palu, of whom cometh the kindred of the Paluites. Of Hezron cometh the kindred of the Hezronites, and of Carmi cometh the kindred of the Carmites. These are the kindreds of the Reubenites, and they were in number 43,700. And 30. And the sons of Palu, Eliab, the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, Dathan, and Abiram. This is that Dathan and Abiram which were famous in the congregation, and strove against Moses and Aaron in the company of Korah, when they strove against the Lord. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up. Korah also was in the death of that multitude, what time the fire consumed 250 men, and they became a sign. Notwithstanding, the children of Korah died not. And the children of Simeon after their kindreds were Nemuel, of whom cometh the kindred of the Nemuelites, Jamin, of whom cometh the kindred of the Jaminites, Jachin, of whom cometh the kindred of the Jachinites. Of Zara cometh the kindred of the Zarhites, and of Saul cometh the kindred of the Shaulites. These are the kindreds of Simeon, even 22,200. The children of Gad after their kindreds were Ziphon, of whom cometh the kindred of the Ziphonites, Haggai, of whom cometh the kindred of the Haggites, Suni, of whom cometh the kindred of the Shunites, of Asani, which cometh the kindred of the Azanites, and of Eri cometh the kindred of the Erites. Of Arod cometh the kindred of the Arodites, of Ariel cometh the kindred of the Arielites. These are the kindreds of the children of Gad according to their numbers, 40,500. The children of Judah, and Onan, and and Onan died in the land of Canaan. But the children of Judah after their kindreds were Shelah, of whom cometh the kindred of the Shilonites, Pharez, of whom cometh the kindred of the Pharezites, Zara, of whom cometh the kindred of the Zarahites. And the children of Perez were Hezron, of whom cometh the kindred of the Hezronites, Hamul, of whom cometh the kindred of the Hamulites. These are the kindreds of Judah after their numbers, 76,500. The children of Issachar after their kindreds were Tola, of whom cometh the kindred of the Tolites, Puva, of whom cometh the kindred of the Puvites, of Jashub cometh the kindred of the Jashubites, of Shimron cometh the kindred of the Shimronites. These are the kindreds of Issachar after their numbers, 64,300. Third try. The children of Zabulun after the kindreds were Sered, of whom cometh the kindred of the Seredites, Elon, of whom cometh the kindred of the Elonites, Jaliel, of whom cometh the kindred of the Jalites. These are the kindreds of the Zabulonites after their numbers, 65,500. I should read it 60,000. Either way. The children of Joseph throughout their kindreds were Manasseh and Ephraim. The children of Manasseh, Machir, of whom cometh the kindred of the Machirites. And Machir begat Gilead, of whom and of Gilead cometh the kindred of the Gileadites. And these are the children of Gilead, Hiezer, of whom cometh the kindred of the Hiezerites, or maybe even Jezerites. Helek, of whom cometh the kindred of the Helekites, and Asriel, of whom cometh the kindred of the Asrielites, and Shechem, of whom cometh the kindred of the Shechemites, Shemida, of whom cometh the kindred of the Shemidites, and Hepher, of whom cometh the kindred of the Hepherites. And Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, had no sons but daughters. And the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mahlah, Noah, Haglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the kindreds of Manasseh, and the number of them 52,700. These are the children of Ephraim after their kindreds, Sutela, of whom cometh the kindred of the Sutelahites, Becher, of whom cometh the kindred of the Becherites, Tahan, of whom cometh the kindred of the Tahanites. And these are the children of Sutela, Aaron, of whom cometh the kindred of the Aaronites. These are the kindreds of the children of Ephraim after their numbers, 32,500. And these are the children of Joseph after their kindreds. These are the children of Benjamin after their kindreds, Bela, of whom cometh the kindred of the Belites, Aspel, of whom cometh the kindred of the Aspelites, Ahiram, of whom cometh the kindred of the Ahiramites, Supham, of whom cometh the kindred of the Shuphamites, Hupam, of whom cometh the kindred of the Huphamites. And the children of Bela were Ard and Naaman, from whence cometh the kindred of the Ardites, and of Naaman the kindred of the Naamites. These are the children of Benjamin after their kindreds and after their numbers, 45,600. These are the children of Dan after their kindreds, Suham, of whom cometh the kindred of the Suhamites. These are the households of Dan after their kindreds. And all the kindreds of the Suhamites were after their numbers 60, or 4,400. The children of Asher after their kindreds were Jemnah, of whom cometh the kindred of the Jemnites, Jesui, of whom cometh the kindred of the Jesuites, Beriah, of whom cometh the kindred of the Berites. The children of Beriah were Heber, of whom cometh the kindred of the Heberites, Machiel, of whom cometh the kindred of the Machielites, and the daughter of Asher was called Sarah. These are the kindreds of Asher after their numbers, 53,400. The children of Naphtali after their kindreds were Jaziel, of whom came the kindred of the Jazielites, Guni, of whom came the kindred of the Gunites, Jezer, of whom came the kindred of the Jezerites, Selam, of whom came the kindred of the Selamites. These are the kindreds of Naphtali according to their households, whose number is 45,400. These are the numbers of the children of Israel, 600,000 and 1,730. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Unto these the land shall be divided to inherit, according to the number of names. To many thou shalt give the more inheritance, and to few the less inheritance. To every tribe shall the inheritance be given according to the number thereof. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lot, and according to the names of the tribes of their fathers they shall inherit. According to the lot shall the possession thereof be divided between many and few. These are the numbers of the Levites after their kindreds: Gershon, of whom came the kindred of the Gershonites; Kohath, of whom came the kindred of the Kohathites; Merari, of whom came the kindred of the Merarites. These are the kindreds of the Levites: the kindred of the Libnites, the kindred of the Hebronites, the kindred of the Mahalites, the kindred of the Mushites, the kindred of the Korathites. Kohath begat Amram, and Amram's wife was called Jochebed, a daughter of Levi, which was born unto Levi in Egypt. And she bare unto Amram Aaron, Moses, and Miriam, their sister. And unto Aaron were born Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord. And after their numbers there were 23,000, all males from a month old and above, for they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given them among the children of Israel. Let's see. Oh, okay. These are the numbers when Moses and Eleazar the priest numbered the children of Israel in the plain of Moab, fast by Jordan, over against Jericho. And among these there was not a man of them whom Moses and Aaron numbered when they told. And among these there was not a man of them whom Moses and Aaron numbered when they told the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. Right. There was not a man left from that time until the time they numbered them at Moab. For the Lord said of them, They shall die in the wilderness, and there was not left a man of them, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. 27. And the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Heber, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the kindred of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, whose names were Mala, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah, came and stood before Moses and Eleazar the priest, and before the lords, all the lords, and all the multitude by the door of the tabernacle of witness, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, and was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against the Lord in the congregation of Korah, but died in his own sin, and had no sons. Wherefore then is the name of our father taken away from among his kindred, because he hath no son. Give unto us therefore a possession among the brethren of our father. And Moses brought their cause before the Lord, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad spake right. Thou shalt give them a possession to inherit among their father's brethren, and shalt turn the inheritance of their father unto them. I was behind here. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a man die and have no son, ye shall turn his inheritance unto his daughter. If he have no daughter, ye shall give his inheritance unto his brethren. If he have also no brethren, ye shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. And if his father have no brethren, ye shall give his inheritance unto him that is next to him of his kindred, and he shall possess it. And this shall be unto the children of Israel a law of judgment, as the Lord hath commanded Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, Get thee up into this Mount Abarim, and behold the land which I have given unto the children of Israel. And when thou hast seen it, thou shalt be gathered unto thy people also, as Aaron thy brother was gathered. For ye were disobedient unto my mouth in the desert of Sin, in the strife of the congregation, Meribah, neither did ye sanctify me in the waters before their eyes. That is the water of strife in Kadesh, in the wilderness of Sin. And Moses spake unto the Lord, saying, Let the Lord God of the spirits of all flesh set a man over the congregation, which may go out and in before them, and lead them out and in, that the congregation of the Lord be not as sheep which have not a shepherd. And the Lord said unto Moses, Take Joshua the son of Nun, in whom is the Spirit, and put thine hands upon him, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight, and put of thy praise upon him, that all the company of the children of Israel may be obedient. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, which shall ask counsel for him, after the judgment of Urim before the Lord. And according unto his word shall they go out and in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, and all the congregation. And Moses did as the Lord commanded him. And he took Joshua, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and put his hands upon him, and gave him a charge, as the Lord commanded, through the hand of Moses. 28. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, My offering and my bread, For my sacrifices, which are made for a sweet savour, shall ye observe in their due season. And thou shalt say unto them, This is the offering which ye shall offer unto the Lord: 2 lambs of a year old without spot day by day, for a continual burnt offering. 1 lamb shalt thou offer in the morning, and the other at even. And thereto the 10th part of an ephah of flour, for a meat offering, mingled with beaten oil, containing the 4th part of an hin. It is a daily burnt offering, such as was ordained in the mount of Sinai for a sweet savour, a sacrifice unto the Lord. And let the drink offering of the same be the 4th part of an hin for 1 lamb. And in the holy place shalt thou command the wine to be poured unto the Lord. And the other lamb thou shalt offer at even, after the manner of the meat offering. And the drink offering of the morning, a sacrifice shalt thou offer for a sweet savour unto the Lord. And on the Sabbath day 2 lambs of a year old apiece, and without spot, 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereto. The burnt offering of the Sabbath must be done in the self Sabbath, the self same Sabbath, besides the daily burnt offering and his drink offering. And in the beginning of your months ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks and a ram, and 7 lambs of a year old without spot, and 3/10 deals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil for 1 bullock, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil for 1 ram, and a 10th deal of flour mingled with oil for a meat offering unto 1 lamb, for a burnt offering and a sweet savour, and a sacrifice unto the Lord. And their drink offerings shall be 1/2 hin of wine unto 1 bullock, and a 1/3 part of an hin of wine unto a ram, and the 4th part of an hin unto a lamb. This is the burnt offering of the month, in his month, throughout the months of the year. And 1 he-goat for a sin offering unto the Lord shall be offered after the daily burnt offering and his drink offering. And the 14th day of the 1st month is the Passover of the Lord. And in the 15th day of the same month is the feast, and 7 days long shall unleavened bread be eaten. In the 1st day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no manner of servile work therein, but ye shall offer a sacrifice for a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of a year old, which are to you without spot. And let their meat offering be of flour mingled with oil. 3/10 deals also shall ye offer for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram. 1/10 deal shalt thou offer for every lamb of the 7 lambs, and an he-goat for sin, to make an atonement for you. Ye shall offer these beside the burnt offering in the morning, which is a continual burnt sacrifice. After this manner ye shall offer throughout the 7 days, the food of the sacrifice for a sweet savour unto the Lord. And it shall be done beside the daily burnt offering and his drink offering. And in the 7th day ye shall have an holy convocation, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Therefore in the day of your first fruits, when ye bring a new meat offering unto the Lord according to your works, ye shall have an holy convocation, and ye shall do no servile work in it, but offer a burnt offering for a sweet savour unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks, a ram, and 7 lambs of a year old apiece, with their meat offerings of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto a bullock, 2/10 deals to a ram, and 1/10 deal unto a lamb, throughout the 7 lambs, and an he-goat to make an atonement for you. This you shall do besides the continual burnt offering and his meat offering, and they shall be unto you without spot, with their drink offerings. 29. And in the 1st day of the month ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work for it is a day of blowing unto you of the horn. But ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savour unto the Lord, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of a year old apiece that are pure. And their meat offering shall be made of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto the bullock, and 2 unto the ram, and 1/10 deal unto 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs. And an he-goat for sin to make an atonement for you, beside the daily burnt offering of the month, and his meat offering, and beside the daily burnt offering and his meat offering, and the drink offerings of the same, which must be done according unto the manner of them, for a savour of sweetness of the sacrifice of the Lord. And ye shall have the 10th day of that same seventh month an holy convocation, and ye shall humble your souls, and shall do no manner work therein. But ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord for a sweet savour, 1 bullock, a ram, and 7 lambs of a year old apiece, which shall be unto you without fault. Their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals to a bullock, and 2 to a ram, and 1/10 deal unto a lamb, throughout the 7 lambs. And he goat for sin, beside the sin offering of atonement, and daily burnt offering, and the meat and drink offerings that belong to the same. And in the 15th day of the seventh month, you shall have a holy convocation, and do then no servile work. And you shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days long. And you shall offer a burnt offering for a sacrifice of a sweet savour unto the Lord, 13 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of a year old, which shall be without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto every one of the 13 bullocks, 2/10 deals to either of the rams, and 1/10 deal unto each of the 14 lambs, and 1 he goat for sin, beside the daily burnt offering with his meat and drink offering. And the 2nd day ye shall offer 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 yearling lambs without spot, and let their meat offering and drink offerings unto the bullocks, rams, and lambs be according to the number of them, and after the manner. And an he goat for sin, beside the daily burnt offering and his meat and drink offerings. And the 3rd day ye shall offer 11 bullocks, 2 rams, and 4 yearling lambs without spot, and let their meat and drink offerings unto the bullocks, rams, and lambs be after the number of them, and according to the manner. And there shall be offered an he goat for sin, beside the daily burnt offerings and his meat and drink offering. In the 4th day you shall offer 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs, yearlings, and pure. 14 lambs, yearlings, and pure. Let their meat and drink offerings unto the bullocks, rams, and lambs be according to the number of them, and after the manner. And an he goat for sin, beside the daily burnt offering and his meat and drink offering. In the 5th day ye shall offer 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of 1 year old apiece, without spot, and let their meat and drink offerings unto the bullocks, rams, and lambs be according to the number of them, and after the manner. And an he goat for sin, beside the daily burnt offering and his meat and drink offering. And in the 6th day ye shall offer 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 yearling lambs without spot, and let their meat and drink offerings unto the bullocks, rams, and lambs be according to the number of them, and after the manner. And an he goat for sin, beside the daily burnt offering and his meat and drink offerings. In the 7th day ye shall offer 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs that are yearlings and pure, and let their meat and drink offerings unto the bullocks, rams, and lambs be according to their number, and after the manner. And an he goat for sin, beside the daily burnt offering and his meat and drink offering. In the 8th day ye shall have a collection of the feast unto you. And ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice for a sweet savour unto the Lord, 1 bullock, 1 ram, and 7 yearling lambs without spot. Let their meat and drink offerings unto the bullock, ram, and lambs be according to the number, and according to the manner. And an he goat for sin, beside the daily burnt offering and his meat and drink offerings. These things ye shall do unto the Lord in your feasts, beside your vows and freewill offerings, in your burnt offerings, meat offerings, drink offerings, and peace offerings. And Moses told the children of Israel all that the Lord commanded him. 30. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul, he shall not go back with his word, but shall fulfill all that is proceeded out of his mouth. To bind his soul. This is the chapter on soul ties. People think soul ties isn't in here. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, and bind herself, being in her father's house, in the time of her youth, and her father hear her vow and bond which she hath made upon her soul, and hold his peace thereto, then all her vows and bonds which she hath made upon her soul shall stand in effect. And if her father forbid her the same day that he heareth it, none of her vows nor bonds which she hath made upon her soul shall be of value, and the Lord shall forgive her, because her father forbade her. If she had an husband when she vowed or pronounced aught out of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it and held his peace there at the same day he heard it, then her vows and her bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand in effect. And if her husband forbade her the same day that he heard it, and made her vow which she hath upon her of none effect. Okay. forbade her, and made her vow which she hath upon her of none effect, and released the opening of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, the Lord shall forgive her. But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, that they have bound their soul withal, shall stand in effect with them. If she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul with an oath, and her husband heard it, and held his peace, and forbade her not, then all her vows and bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disannulled them the same day that he heard them, then nothing that proceedeth out of her lips in vows and bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand in effect, for her husband hath loosed them. And the Lord shall forgive her all vows and oaths that bind to humble the soul, may her husband stablish or break. But if her husband hold his peace from one day unto another, then he stablisheth all her vows and bonds which she had upon her, because he held his peace the same day that he heard them. But if he break them after that he hath heard them, he shall bear her sin himself. These are the ordinances which the Lord commanded Moses between a man and his wife, and between the father and his daughter, being yet a damsel in her father's house. 31. And this is Moses here. It's interesting. It's interesting. I think this is a hat with horns that they put on him at this time. That was the kind of the symbolism of the era. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites, and afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the folk, saying, Harness some of you, or equip some of you unto war, and let them go upon the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of the Midianites. Let there be chosen 1,000 out of every tribe of Israel, that out of all the tribes ye may send some to the war. And there were taken out of the thousands of Israel 12,000 prepared unto war, of every tribe 1,000. And Moses sent them to the war, even 1,000 of every tribe, and with them Phinehas the son of Eleazar the priest, and the holy vessels, and the trumpets to blow were in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites, as the Lord commanded Moses, and slew all the males. And they slew the kings of Midian, among other that were slain, namely Evi and Rechem, Zur and Hur and Reba, 5 kings of Midian, with Balaam the son of Beor, whom they slew with the sword. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian prisoners, and their children, and spoiled all their cattle, and all their flocks, and all their goods. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their castles with fire. And they took all the people, or all the spoil, and all that they could catch, both of men and beasts, and they brought the captives and that which they had taken, and the spoil, unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the company of the children of Israel, even unto the host that were in the fields of Moab by Jordan, over against Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the lords of the congregation, went out of the host against them. And Moses was angry with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and over hundreds, which came from the war in battle. And Moses said unto them, Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the business of Peor. And there followed a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore slay all the men children, and the women that have lion with men fleshly. But all the women children that have not lion with men keep alive for yourselves, and ye shall remain without the host 7 days, all that have killed any person, and all that have touched any dead body, and purify both yourselves and your prisoners the 3rd day and the 7th. And sprinkle all your raiments, and all that is made of skins, and all work of goat's hair, and all things made of wood. And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which came from the battle, This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord commanded Moses. Gold, silver, brass, and iron, tin, and lead, and all that may abide the fire, ye shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless it shall be sprinkled with sprinkling water. And all that suffereth not the fire ye shall make go through the water, and wash your clothes the 7th day, and ye shall be clean. And afterward come into the host. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the sum of the prey, this is the spoil, Prey, which is not a spelling until later. Take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of the women and of cattle, thou and Eleazar the priest, and the ancient fathers of the congregation, and divide it into 2 parts between them that took the war upon them, and went out to battle, and all the congregation. And take a portion unto the Lord of the men of war, which went out to battle, 1 soul of 500, both of the women and of the oxen, and of the asses and of the sheep, and ye shall take it of their half, and give it unto Eleazar the priest as an heave offering to the Lord. Okay. And of the half of the children of Israel, that half of the spoil, thou shalt take 1 portion of 50 of the women, of the oxen, of the asses, and of the sheep, and of all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites which wait upon the habitation of the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. And the booty and the prey which the men of war had caught was 600,000 and 75,000 sheep, and 72,000 oxen, and 61,000 asses, and 32,000 souls of women that had lion by no man. And the half which was the part of them that went out to war was 300,000 and 30,000 and 500 sheep. And the Lord's part of the sheep was 675. And the oxen were 36,000, of which the Lord's part was 72. And the asses were 30,500, of which the Lord's part was 61. And the souls of women were 16,000, of which the Lord's part was 32 souls. And Moses gave that sum which was the Lord's heave offering unto Eleazar the priest, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the other half of the children of Israel which Moses separated from the men of war, that is, to wit, the half that pertained unto the congregation, was 3,037,500 sheep, and 36,000 oxen, and 30,000 asses, and 516,000 souls of women. And Moses took of this half that pertained unto the children of Israel 1 portion of 50, both of the women and of the cattle, and gave them unto the Levites which waited upon the habitation of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the officers of thousands of the host, the captains over the thousands, and the captains over the hundreds, came forth and said unto Moses, Thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war, which are under our authority, and there lacketh not 1 man of us. We have therefore brought a present unto the Lord, what every man found of jewels of gold, chains, bracelets, rings, earrings, and spangles, to make an atonement for our souls before the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar took the gold of them, jewels of all manner fashions. Wow, of all manner fashions. And all the gold of the heave offerings that they heaved up to the Lord of of the captains over thousands and hundreds was 16,750 shekels, for the men of war had spoiled, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains over the thousands, and of the captains over the hundreds, and brought it into the tabernacle of witness for a memorial of the children of Israel before the Lord. 32. The children of Reuben and the children of Gad had an exceeding great multitude of cattle, and when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that it was an apt place for cattle, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad came and spake unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the lords of the congregation, saying, The land of Ataroth, and Dibon-Jazer, and Nimrah, and Heshbon, and Elealeh, and Shabam, and Nebo, and Bayon, which country the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel, is a land meet for cattle, and we thy servants have cattle. Wherefore, said they, If we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants to possess, and bring us not over Jordan. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and of Reuben, Shall your brethren go to war, and ye shall sit here? Wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go over into the land which the Lord hath given them. Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. And when they went up even unto the river of Eshcol, and saw the land, they discouraged the hearts of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which the Lord hath given them. And the Lord was wroth at the same time, and sware, saying, None of the men that came out of Egypt from 20 years old and above shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, for they have followed the Lord. And the Lord was angry with Israel, and made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord were consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, as an increase of sinful men, to augment the fierce wrath of the Lord toward Israel. For if ye turn away from after him, he will yet again leave the people in the wilderness, and ye shall destroy all this folk. And they went near him, and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our sheep and for our cattle, walled cities for our children, but we ourselves will go ready armed before the children of Israel, until we have brought them unto their place. And our children, and whatsoever we may have, shall dwell in the fenced cities, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return unto our houses until the children of Israel have inherited, every man his inheritance. Neither will we inherit with them on yonder side Jordan forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan eastward. And Moses said unto them, If ye will do this thing, and go harnessed or equipped before the Lord to war, and will go all of you in harness over Jordan before the Lord, until he have cast out his enemies before him, and until the land be subdued before the Lord, then ye shall return and be without sin before the Lord and before Israel, and this land shall be your possession before the Lord. And if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord. Be sure your sin will find you out. Now therefore build cities for your children, and folds for your sheep, and do that ye have spoken. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, Thy servants will do as my Lord commandeth. Our children, our wives, our sheep, and our cattle shall remain here in the cities of Gilead. But thy servants will go all harnessed to war and unto battle before the Lord, as my Lord saith. And for their sakes Moses commanded Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the ancient fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, If the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will go with you over Jordan, all prepared to fight before the Lord, then when the land is subdued before you, ye shall give them the land of Gilead to possess. And if they will not go over with you in harness, they shall have their possessions among you in the land of Canaan. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, As the Lord hath said unto thy servants, so will we do. We will go harnessed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance may be on this side Jordan. And Moses gave unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, and unto half the tribe of Manasseh the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og king of Bashan, the land with the cities thereof in the coasts, and cities of the country round about. And the children of Gad built Dibon, and Ataroth, and Aror, and Atroth, Sophon, Jazer, and Jagabeah, Beth-nimrah, and Beth-aron, fenced cities, and they built folds for the sheep. And the children of Reuben built Heshbon, Elealeh, Kiriathaim, Nebo, Baal-meon, and turned their names, and Sibmah also, and gave other names unto the cities which they builded, or rebuilded. And the children of Machir the son of Manasseh went to Gilead, and took it, and put out the Amorites that dwelt therein. And Moses gave Gilead unto Machir the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt therein. And Jahir the son of Manasseh went and took the small towns thereof, and called them Hanoth Jair. And Nobah went and took Canoth, and the towns belonging thereto, and called it Nobath, after his own name. 33. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, which went out of the land of Egypt with their armies, under the hand of Moses and Aaron. And Moses wrote their going out by their journeys according to the commandment of the Lord. Even these are the journeys of their going out. They departed from Ramses the 15th day of the first month, on the morrow after Passover. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians, for the Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which the Lord had smitten among them. And upon their gods also the Lord did execution. And the children of Israel removed from Ramses and pitched in Succoth, and they departed from Succoth and pitched their tents in Etam, which is in the edge of the wilderness. And they removed from Etam and turned again unto Pihahiroth, which is before Baalzephon, and pitched before Migdol. And they departed from the plain of Heroth, and went through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, and went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etam, and pitched in Marah. And they removed from Marah, and came unto Elim, where were 12 fountains of water, and 70 palm trees, and they pitched there. And they removed from Elim, and lay along fast by the Red Sea. And they removed from the Red Sea, and lay in the wilderness of Zin. And they took their journey out of the wilderness of Zin, and set up their tents in Dophkah. And they departed from Dophkah, and lay in Alus. And they removed from Alus, and lay at Rephidim, where was no water for the people to drink. And they departed from Rephidim, and pitched in the wilderness of Sinai. And they removed from the desert of Sinai, and pitched at the graves of Lust, which is a translation. And they departed from the sepulchres of Lust, and lay at Hazeroth. And they departed from Hazeroth, and pitched at Ritmah. And they departed from Ritmah, and pitched at Rimmon Perez. And they departed from Rimmon Perez, and pitched in Libnah. And they removed from Libnah, and pitched at Risa. And they journeyed from Risa, and pitched in Rehalatha. And they went from Rehalatha, and pitched in Mount Saphar. And they removed from Mount Saphar, and lay in Harada. And they removed from Harada, and pitched in Makheloth, and they removed from Makheloth, and lay at Tahath. And they departed from Tahath, and pitched at Tarath. And they removed from Tarath, and pitched in Mitka. And they went from Mitka, and pitched in Hasmonah. And they departed from Hasmonah, and lay at Masaroth. And they departed from Masaroth, and pitched at Bane-Jacan. And they removed from Bane-Jacan, and lay at Horhad-Gidgad. And they went from Horhad-Gidgad, and pitched at Jotbata. And they removed from Jotbata, and lay at Abrona. And they departed from Hebrona, and lay at Ezion-Gaber. And they removed from Ezion-Gaber, and pitched in the wilderness of Zin, which is Kadesh. And they removed from Kadesh, and pitched in Mount Hor, which is in the edge of the land of Edom. And Aaron the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of the Lord, and died there, even in the 40th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt. And in the first day of the 5th month, in the 40th year, in the first day of the 5th month. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. And King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south of the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. And they departed from Mount Hor, and pitched in Zalmonah. And they departed from Zalmonah, and pitched in Funin. What's that? And they departed from Funun, and pitched in Oboth. And they departed from Oboth, and pitched in Jabarim, Ije-Abarim, and toward the border of Moab. And they departed from Ije-Abarim, and pitched in Dibon-Gad. And they removed from Dibon-Gad, and lay in Ammon-Diblathaim. And they removed from Ammon-Diblathaim, and pitched in the mountains of Abarim before Nabo. And they departed from the mountains of Abarim, and pitched in the fields of Moab, fast by Jordan, over against Jericho. And they pitched by Jordan from Jeshimoth unto the plains of Shittim, in the fields of Moab. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the fields of Moab by Jordan over against Jericho, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye are come over Jordan to enter into the land of Canaan, ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land before you, and destroy all their pictures, or images, and break asunder all their images of metal, and pluck down all their altars, and possess the land, and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to enjoy it. And ye shall divide the inheritance of the land by lot among your kindreds, and give to many the more inheritance, and to the fewer the less inheritance. And your inheritance shall be in the tribes of your fathers, every man's inheritance in the place where his lot falleth. But if you will not drive out the inhabitants of the land before you, then those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes, and darts in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein ye dwell. Moreover, it will come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. 34. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto your inheritance, the land of Canaan with her coasts. And your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along by the coast of Edom, so that your south quarter reach upon the side of the salt sea eastward, and fetch a compass from the south up to Akrabim, and reach to Zinnah, and go out from the south to Kadesh Barnea, and go out also to Adar, and go along to Azmon, and fetch a compass again from Azmon unto the river of Egypt, and shall go out at the sea. And let your west quarter be the great sea, let the same sea be your west coast, and this shall be your north quarter. Ye shall compass your border from the great sea unto Mount Hor, and from Mount Hor ye shall describe your border till it come unto Hemath, and the end of the coast shall be at Zedeba. Zedada? And the coast shall reach out to Ziphron, and go out at Hazar Enan. This shall be your north quarter. And ye shall compass your east quarter from Hazar Enan to Sephon, and the coast shall go down from Sephon to Riblah on the east side of Ain. And the same border shall descend and go out at the side of the sea of Kinnereth eastward, and then go down along by Jordan, and leave at the salt sea. And this shall be your land with the coasts thereof round about. And Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, and which the Lord commanded to give unto the 9 tribes and a half. For the tribe of the children of Reuben according to the households of their fathers, and the tribe of the children of Gad according to their fathers' households, and the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance. 2 tribes and a half have received their inheritance on the other side of Jordan, over against Jericho eastward. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, These are the names of the men which shall divide the land unto you, Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun. And ye shall take also a lord of every tribe when ye divide the land. The names of the men are these: of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh; of the tribe of the children of Simeon, Semuel the son of Ammiud; of the tribe of Benjamin, Elidad the son of Kislon; of the tribe of the children of Dan, the Lord Buki the son of Jogli. From among the children of Joseph, for the tribe of the children of Manasseh, the Lord Haniel the son of Ephod; of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, the Lord Camuel the son of Shiftan; of the tribe of the sons of Zebulun, the Lord Elizaphan the son of Parnak. What is that? Of the tribe of the children of Issachar, the Lord Paltiel the son of Asan; of the tribe of the sons of Asher, the Lord Ahihud the son of Salmoni; of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, the Lord Pedael the son of Ammihud. These are they whom the Lord commanded to divide the inheritance unto the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. 35. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the fields of Moab by Jordan, over against Jericho, saying, Command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession cities to dwell in. And ye shall give also unto the cities of the Levites suburbs hard by their cities round about them. The cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs for their cattle, and for their possession, and all manner of beasts of theirs. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city outward 1,000 cubits round about. And ye shall measure without the city on the east side 2,000 cubits, and of the south side 2,000 cubits, and of the west side 2,000 cubits, and of the north side 2,000 cubits also. And the city shall be in the midst. And these shall be the suburbs of their cities. And from among the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites, there shall be 6 cities for refuge, which ye shall appoint to that intent, that he which killeth may flee thither. And to them ye shall add 42 cities more, so that all the cities which ye shall give the Levites may be 48, with their suburbs. And the cities which ye shall give shall be out of the possession of the children of Israel. They that have many shall give many, but of them that have few ye shall take few. Every one shall give of his cities unto the Levites according to the inheritance which he inheriteth. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come over Jordan into the land of Canaan, ye shall appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that he which slayeth a soul unawares may flee thither. And the city shall be to flee from the avenger of blood. that he which killeth die not, until he stand before the congregation in judgment. And of these 6 free cities which ye shall give 3 on this side Jordan, and 3 in the land of Canaan. And these 6 free cities shall be a refuge both for the children of Israel, and for the stranger, and for him that dwelleth among you, that all they which kill any person unawares may flee thither. And if any man smite another with an instrument of iron, that he die, then is he a murderer, and shall die for it. If he smite him with a throwing stone, that a man may die with, and if he die, he that smote him is a murderer. Let the same murderer be slain therefore. Or if he smite him with a hand weapon of wood, that a man die with, then if he die, he is a murderer. Let the murderer be slain therefore. The justice of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. The justice of blood. When he meeteth him, he may slay him. But if he thrust at him of hate, or hurl at him with laying of weight, that he die, or smite him with his hand of envy, that he die, he that smote him shall die, for he is a murderer. The justice of blood shall slay the murderer as soon as he findeth him. But and if he pushed him by chance, and not of hate, or cast at him with any manner of thing, and not of laying of weight, or cast any manner of stone at him, that a man may die with, and saw him not, and he cast it upon him, and he die, and was not his enemy, neither sought him any harm, then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and between the slayer and the executor of blood in such cases. And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the avenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him again unto the city of his refuge, whither he was fled. And he shall hide there unto the death of the high priest, which was anointed with holy oil. But and if the slayer come out without the borders of his privileged city, whither he was fled, if the avenger of blood find him without the borders of his free town, and slay the murderer, he shall be guiltless, because he should have bidden in his free town until the death of the high priest, and after the death of the high priest until and after, to return again unto the land of his possession. These commandments shall be a law unto you for your generations in all your dwellings. Whosoever killeth a soul, the same man slayer must be slain himself, through witnesses. Neither shall one witness answer to put a man to death. Moreover, ye shall take none amends for the life of the murderer, which is worthy to die, but he shall be put to death. Plural witnesses, as opposed to one. Also ye shall take no money of him that is fled to a free city, that he should come again and dwell in the land before the death of the high priest. And see that ye pollute not the land which ye shall dwell in, for blood defileth the land, and the land can none otherwise be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed blood. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, for I am in the midst thereof. Even I, the Lord, dwell among the children of Israel. 36. I'm going to reread this. And the land can none otherwise be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed blood. Okay, I wanted to read that sentence again. 36. And the ancient fathers of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the kindred of the children of Joseph, came forth and spake unto Moses and the princes and ancient fathers of the children of Israel, and said, The Lord commanded my Lord to give the land to inherit by lot the children of Israel. Give the land to inherit by lot. And my Lord commanded in God's behalf to give the inheritance of Zelophehad our brother unto his daughters, whom if any of our sons of the other tribes of Israel take to wives, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put unto the inheritance of the tribe which they are received into, and shall be taken from the lot of our inheritance. And when the year of Jubilee of the children of Israel cometh, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe wherein they are received. And so shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers. And Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Lord, saying, The children of the tribe of Joseph have said well. This therefore doth the Lord command the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, Let them be wives to whom they themselves think best. Only to the kindred and tribe of their father shall they marry. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe, when the children of Israel abide every man in the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers. And every daughter that possesseth any inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one which is of the kindred of the tribe of her father, that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his father. Neither ought the inheritance to go from one tribe to another, but every one of the tribes of the children of Israel must abide in his own inheritance. And as the Lord commanded Moses, even so did the daughters of Zelophehad. And Mahlah, Tirzah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Noah were married unto their father's brothers' sons, which were of the kindred of the children of Manasseh, the sons of Joseph. And so their inheritance remained in the tribe of the kindred of their father. These are the commandments and laws which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses unto the children of Israel in the fields of Moab, by Jordan, over against Jericho. The end of the fourth book of Moses, called Numbers. Now let's continue. The night is young. The fifth book of Moses, called Deuteronomy. And here's Moses with his hat with the horns on it. That iconography, though. Iconography. It's a bit dated. Chapter 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on the other side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Param and Tophel, Laban, Hazeroth, and Dizahab, 11 days' journey from Horeb unto Kadesh Barnea by Mount Seir. And it fortuned the first day of the 11th month in the 40th year that Moses spake unto the children of Israel according unto all that the Lord had given him in commandment unto them, after that he had smitten Sihon the king of the Amorites, which dwelt in Heshbon, and Og king of Bashan, which dwelt at Astaroth in Edrei. On the other side Jordan, in the land of Moab, began Moses to declare this law, saying, The Lord our God spake unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this mount. Depart therefore, and take your journey, and go unto the hill of the Amorites, and unto all places nigh thereunto, both unto the plain and hills and dales, to the south, to the seaside, to the land of Canaan, and unto Lebanon, even unto the great river Euphrates. Behold, I have set that land before you. Go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them and their seed after them. And I spake unto you the same season, saying, I am not able to bear you myself alone, for the Lord your God hath multiplied you, and behold, you are this day as the stars of heaven in number. The Lord God of your fathers make you 1,000 times so many more as ye are, and bless you as he hath promised you. How can I myself alone bear the cumbrance, charge, and strife that is among you? Bring from among you men of wisdom and of understanding, and expert, according to your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. And he answered me and said, That which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. And so out of your tribes I took the captains, men of wisdom, and that were expert, and made them rulers over you, captains over thousands, and over hundreds, over 50 and over 10, and officers among your tribes. And I charged your judges that same time, saying, Hear the cause of your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. See that you know no faces in judgment, but hear the small as well as the great, and be afraid of no man, for the judgment is God's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring unto me, and I will hear it. And I commanded you the same season all the things which ye should do. And when we departed from Horeb, we went through all that great and terrible wilderness, as ye have seen along by the way of the hill of the Amorites, as the Lord our God commanded us, and came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, You are come unto the hill of the Amorites, which the Lord our God will give unto us. Behold, the Lord thy God hath set the land before thee. Go up and conquer it, as the Lord God of thy fathers hath said unto thee. Fear not, neither be discouraged. But ye came unto me every one, and said, We will send men before us to search us out the land, and to bring us word again, that we what way we must go up by, and unto what cities we shall come. And the saying pleased me well, and I took 12 men of you, of every tribe one, which departed and went up into the high country, and came unto the river Eshcol, and searched it out, and took of the fruit of the land, to declare the plenteousness thereof in their hands, and brought it unto us, and brought us word again, and said, It is a good land which the Lord our God doth give us. Notwithstanding ye would not consent to go up, but were disobedient unto the mouth of the Lord your God, and murmured in your tents, and said, Because the Lord hateth us, therefore hath he brought us out of the land of Egypt, to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, and to destroy us. How shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, The people is greater and taller than we, and have cities great and walled even up to heaven. And moreover we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. And I said unto you, Dread not, nor be afraid of them. The Lord your God, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did unto you in Egypt before your eyes. In the wilderness also thou hast seen how that the Lord thy God bare thee, even as a man doth bear his son, in all the way which ye have gone by, until ye came unto this place. And yet in this thing ye did not believe the Lord your God. He went in the way before you, to search you out a place to pitch your tents in fire by night, that you might see which way to go, and in a cloud by day. And the Lord heard the voice of your words, and was wroth, and sware, saying, There shall not one of these men and of this forward generation see that good land which I swear to give unto your fathers, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh. What happened? And he shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he hath trodden upon, and to his children, because he hath followed the Lord. Wonderful was the indignation against the people, saying that the Lord... Wonderful was the indignation again the people, which I think is against the people, saying that the Lord was angry with me, likewise for your sakes, saying, Thou shalt not go in thither. But Joshua the son of Nun, which standeth before thee, he shall go in thither. Bolden him therefore, for he shall cause Israel to inherit the land. Moreover, your children, which ye said should be a prey, and your sons, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil, they shall go in thither, and unto them will I give it, and they shall enjoy it. But as for you, turn your faces, and take your journey into the wilderness, even by the way of the Red Sea. Then ye answered and said unto me, We have sinned against the Lord. We will go up and fight, according to all that the Lord our God commanded us. And when ye had girded on every man his weapons of war, behold, ye were ready to go up into the hill. And the Lord said unto me, Say unto them that they go not up, and that they fight not, for I am not among you, lest ye fall before your enemies. I told you therefore, and ye would not hear, but disobeyed the mouth of the Lord, and went presumptuously up into the hill. And the Amorites which dwelt in that hill came out against you, and chased you, as bees used to do, and smote you in Seir, even unto Hormah. And ye came again, and wept before the Lord, but the Lord would not hear your voice, nor give you audience. And so ye abode in Kadesh a long season, according unto the time that ye remained in other places. 2. Then we turned our face, and took our journey into the wilderness, even by the way of the Red Sea, as the Lord spake unto me. And we compassed Mount Seir a long time, and the Lord spake unto me, saying, Ye have compassed this mountain long enough, turn you northward, and warn thou the people, saying, Ye shall go through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and they shall be afraid of you. Take ye a good heed unto yourselves, therefore, ye shall not provoke them, for I will not give you of their land, no, not so much as a foot breadth, because I have given Mount Seir unto Esau to possess. Ye shall buy meat of them for money to eat, and ye shall procure water of them for money to drink. For the Lord thy God hath blessed thee in all the works of thy hand. He knew thy entering into this great wilderness this 40 years, and the Lord thy God hath been with thee, so that thou hast lacked nothing. And when we were departed from our brethren, the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, the plain way from Elath and from Ezion-Gaber, we turned and went by the way of the wilderness of Moab. And the Lord said unto... Wow. Okay. The Lord said unto me, Thou shalt not fight against the Moabites, neither provoke them to battle, for I will not give thee of their land to possess, because I have given Ar unto the children of Lot to possess. The terrible people, the Emims, dwelt therein in times past, a people great, many and tall, as the Anakims, which also were taken for giants as the Anakims. Great. Okay. Many and tall as the Anakims, which also were taken for giants as the Anakims, whom the Moabites call Emims. The Horims dwelt in Seir before time, whose possession the children of Esau, or Esau occupied, and destroyed them before them, and dwelt in their stead, as Israel did unto the land of his possession, which the Lord gave them. Now rise up, said I, and get you over the river Zared. And we went over the river Zared. The space in which we came from Kadesh Barnea until we were come over the river Zared was 38 years, until all the generations of the men of war were wasted out from among the host, as the Lord sware unto them. For indeed the hand of the Lord was against them, to destroy them from among the host, till they were consumed. And so it came to pass that all the men of war were consumed and dead from among the people. And the Lord spake unto me, saying, Thou shalt go through Ar, the coast of Moab, this day, and when thou comest nigh unto the children of Ammon, thou shalt not lay siege unto them, nor move war against them. For I will not give thee of the land of the children of Ammon a possession, but I have given it unto the children of Lot to possess. That also is taken for a land of giants, and giants dwelt therein in old time, whom the Ammonites called Zanzumims, a people that was great, many and tall, as the Anakims. But the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them in the inheritance, and dwelt in their stead, as he did for the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir. When he destroyed the Horims before them, they conquered their possession, and dwelt in their stead unto this day. And the Avims, which dwelt in Hazarim, even unto Adzah, the Caphtorims, which came out of Caphtor, destroyed them, and dwelt in their stead. Rise up therefore, and take your journey over the river Arnon. Behold, I have given into thy hand Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Go to, therefore, and conquer, and provoke him to battle. This day will I begin to send the fear and dread of thee upon all nations that are under all the heaven, so that they which hear speak of thee, or hear word of thee, shall tremble and quake before thee. And so I sent messengers out of the wilderness of Kedemoth unto Sihon king of Heshbon with words of peace, saying, I will go through thy land, I will go along by the highway, I will neither turn unto the right hand nor to the left. Thou shalt sell me meat for money for to eat, and give me water for money for to drink. Only grant me that I may go through on my foot, as the children of Esau which dwell in Seir, and the Moabites which dwell in Ar did unto me, until I come over Jordan, into the land which the Lord our God giveth us. But Sihon the king of Heshbon would not let us pass by him, for the Lord thy God hardened his spirit, and made his heart tough, because he would deliver him into thy hand, as it is come to pass this day. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have begun to set Sihon and his land before thee. Go to, and conquer, and possess his land. Then both Sihon and all his people came out against us to fight at Jaza, and the Lord set him before us, and we smote him, and his sons, and all his people. And we took all his cities the same season, and slew the men, women, and children of all the cities, and let nothing remain save the cattle only we caught. Unto ourselves, and the spoil of the cities which we took from Aroer, which is by the brink of the river of Arnon, and from the city that is in the river. From the city that is in the river unto Gilead, there was not one city too strong for us. The Lord our God delivered all unto us. Only unto the land of the children of Ammon thou camest not, nor unto every place of the river Jabbok, nor unto the cities in the mountains, nor unto whatsoever the Lord our God forbade us. Three. Then we turned and went up by the way to Bashan. And Og the king of Bashan came out against us, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And the Lord said unto me, Fear him not, for I will deliver him and all his people and his land into thy hand. And thou shalt do unto him as thou didst unto Sihon king of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshbon. And so the Lord our God delivered into our hands Og also the king of Bashan and all his folk. And we smote him until none was left him alive. And he took all his cities the same season, neither was there a city which we took not from them, even 60 cities throughout all the region of Argob, the kingdom of Og in Bashan. All these cities also were made strong with high walls, gates, and bars, beside unwalled towns a great many. And we utterly destroyed them, as we did unto Sihon king of Heshbon, bringing to naught all the cities with men, women, and children. But all the cattle and the spoil of the cities we caught for ourselves. And thus we took the same season out of the hand of the 2 kings of the Amorites the land that was on the other side Jordan, from the river of Arnon unto Mount Hermon, which Hermon the Sidons call Sirion, and the Amorites call it Senir, all the cities that lay in the plain, and all Gilead, and all Bashan, unto Salekah and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan. For only Og king of Bashan remained of the remnant of the giants, whose bed was a bed of iron. And is it not? Okay. Oh, I don't know what this word is. Is it not here at Rabbah among the children of Ammon? Let's see. 3. One second. Let's look at this one. Yeah, yet, okay. Okay, it's talking about the bed, whose bed was a bed of iron. And is it not yet at Rabbah among the children of Ammon? 9 cubits doth the length thereof contain, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. And so we conquered this land at the same time, from Aroer, which is by the river of Arnon, unto half Mount Gilead. From Aroer unto half Mount Gilead. Okay. And the cities thereof gave I unto the Reubenites and Gadites. Half of Mount Gilead. And the rest of Gilead and all Bashan of the kingdom of Og gave I unto the half tribe of Manasseh, even all the region of Argob, with all Bashan, which is called the land of giants. Jair the son of Manasseh took all the region of Argob unto the coasts of Geshuri and Machari, and called them after his own name, Bashan Havoth Jair, unto this day. And I gave Gilead unto Machir. And unto the Reubenites and Gadites I gave half Gilead, unto the river of Arnon, half the valley and beyond, even unto the river Jabbok, which is the border of the children of Ammon, the plain also of the wilderness, and Jordan, and the coast thereof, from Kinnereth even unto the sea which is in the plain, even the salt sea, under the springs of the hill eastward. And I commanded you the same time, saying, The Lord your God hath given you this land to enjoy it. Ye shall go harnessed before your brethren the children of Israel, all that are meet for the war. Your wives only, your children, and your cattle, for I wot that ye have much cattle, shall abide in your cities, which I have given you, until the Lord hath given rest unto your brethren as well as unto you, and until they also have conquered the land which the Lord your God hath given them beyond Jordan. And then shall ye return again, every man unto his possession which I have given you on this side of the river. And I warned Joshua the same time, saying, Thine eyes have seen all that the Lord your God hath done unto these 2 kings, even so shall he do unto all kingdoms whither thou goest. Ye shall not fear them, for the Lord your God, he shall fight for you. And I besought the Lord the same time, saying, O Lord God, thou hast begun to show thy servant thy greatness and thy mighty hand. For else where is there a God in heaven or in earth that can do after thy works and after thy power? Let me go over and see the good land that is beyond Jordan, that goodly mountain, and Lebanon. But the Lord was angry with me for your sakes, and would not hear me. And the Lord said unto me, Be content, speak no more unto me of this matter. Get thee up into the top of the hill, And lift up thine eyes westward, northward, southward, and eastward, and behold it with thine eyes. For thou shalt not go over this Jordan, but charge Joshua, and courage him, and bolden him. For he shall go before this people, and shall divide unto them the land which thou shalt see. And so we abode in the valley over against the house of Peor. 4. And now hearken, O Israel, unto the ordinances and laws which I teach you for to do them, and so ye may live, and go in and conquer the land, which the Lord God of your fathers giveth you. You shall put nothing into the word which I command you, put nothing unto, neither do aught therefrom, neither add or take away from the words, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you. Put nothing unto, neither do aught therefrom. Do as in put, neither put aught therefrom, or put away, take away. Okay. Your eyes have seen what the Lord did unto Baal Peor, for all the men that followed Baal Peor, the Lord your God hath destroyed from among you. But ye that cleave unto the Lord your God are alive, every one of you, this day. Behold, I have taught you ordinances and laws, such as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do even so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep them therefore, and do them, for that is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, that they may hear all these ordinances, and say, Surely it is a wise and understanding people, it is a great nation. For what other nation is so great, that gods come so nigh unto, as the Lord our God is nigh unto us, in all things, as oft as we call unto him? Yea, and what nation is so great, that hath ordinances and laws so righteous, as all this law which I set before you this day? Take heed to thyself therefore, and keep thy soul diligently, that thou forget not the things which thine eyes have seen, and that they depart not out of thine heart, the things that ye have seen, all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons, especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Horeb, when the Lord said unto me, Gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. Ye came and stood also under the hill, and the hill burnt with fire, even unto the midst of heaven, and there was darkness, clouds, and mist. And the Lord spake unto you out of the midst of the fire, and ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no image, save heard a voice only. Saw no image, save heard a voice only. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to do, even 10 verses, which he wrote upon 2 tables of stone. And the Lord commanded me that same season that I should teach you ordinances and laws which ye ought to do in the land whither ye go to possess it. Take therefore good heed unto yourselves, as pertaining unto your souls, for ye saw no manner of image in the day that the Lord spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest ye mar yourselves, and make you a graven image and picture of any manner of figure, the likeness of man or woman, the likeness of any manner of beast that is on earth, or the likeness of any manner feathered fowl that flieth in the air, or the likeness of any manner worm that creepeth on the earth, or the likeness of any manner fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. Yea, unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and moon and stars with all the host of heaven, shouldest be deceived, and shouldest worship and serve the things which the Lord thy God hath made to serve all nations under the whole heaven. Serve the things which the Lord thy God hath made to serve all nations. Huh. But the Lord hath taken you and brought you out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people and inheritance as ye be this day. Furthermore, the Lord was angry with me for your words, and sware that I should not go over Jordan, and that I should not go in unto that good land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to inheritance. But I must die in this land. And shall not go over Jordan, but ye shall go over and conquer that good land. Take heed unto yourselves, that ye forget not the appointment of the Lord your God, which he made with you, that ye make you no graven image, nor any picture, that the Lord thy God hath forbidden thee. For the Lord thy God is a consuming fire, and a jealous God. If thou dost beget children and children's children, and when ye have dwelt in the land, okay. If thou dost beget children and children's children, and when ye have dwelt in the land, ye do wickedly, and make any manner of graven image, and work evil in the sight of the Lord thy God, to provoke him to anger, I call heaven and earth to record against you this day, that ye shall shortly perish from off the land, whither ye go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days therein, but shall utterly be destroyed. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the people, whither the Lord shall bring you. And there ye shall serve gods which and there ye shall serve gods which ear the work of man's hand which are the work of man's hand. And this E might be part of the word which here. The space might be just misplaced. Okay. And there ye shall serve gods which are the work of man's hand, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. And there thou shalt seek the Lord thy God, and shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thine heart and with all thy soul, when thou art in tribulation, and when all these things that be here spoken of are come upon thee, even in the latter days, thou shalt return again to the Lord thy God, and be obedient unto his voice. For the Lord thy God is a merciful God. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the appointment of thy fathers, which he sware unto them. An appointment seems to be promise. I don't think I've seen the word promise in here. The promise of thy fathers. And then promise means inheritance. For ask of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the days that God created man upon the earth, and ask from the one side of heaven unto the other, if ever there came to pass such a great thing, or whether any such like thing hath been heard. Did ever a nation hear the voice of God speaking out of the midst of a fire, as thou hast heard, and yet lived? Either whether God essayed to go and take him a people from among the nations through temptations, signs, wonders, war, and a mighty hand, a stretched out arm, and through great sights, according unto all that the Lord your God did unto you in Egypt before your eyes. Unto thee it was showed that thou mightest know how that the Lord he is God, and that there is none others but he. There is none other but he. Out of heaven he made thee hear his voice, that he might nurture thee, and upon earth he showed thee his great fire. And thou heardest his voice out of the midst of the fire. And because he loved thy fathers, he chose their seed after them, and brought thee out in his sight, and with his mighty power, out of Egypt, to thrust out nations great and mightier than thou before thee, and to bring thee in, and to give thee their land to inheritance, as it is come to pass this day. Understand therefore this day, and turn it into thine heart. Turn it in. Turn it in to thy heart. Well, no, I'm making too much of that. Understand therefore that the Lord he is God in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath, neither is there any other. Thou shalt keep therefore his ordinances and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy God giveth thee thy life long. Which the Lord thy God giveth thee thy life long. Then Moses separated 3 cities on the other side Jordan toward the sunrising, that he should flee thither which had killed his neighbor unawares, and hated him not in time past, and therefore should flee unto one of the same cities and live, namely Bezer in the wilderness, even in the plain country of the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth in Gilead of the tribe of Gad, and Golan in Bashan of the tribe of Manasseh. And so this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. These are the witness, statutes, and ordinances which Moses told the children of Israel after they came out of Egypt. I'm trying to decide if told here means numbered, like enumerated to the children of Israel after they came out of Egypt on the other side Jordan, in the valley over against the house of Peor, in the land of Sihon king of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshbon, whom Moses and the children of Israel smote after they were come out of Egypt, and conquered his land, and the land of Og king of Bashan, 2 kings of the Amorites, which were on the other side Jordan toward the sun rising, from Aroer, which is by the bank of the river Arnon, unto Mount Sion, or Zion, which is Hermon, and all the plain on the other side Jordan eastward, even unto the sea, which is in the plain under the springs of the hill. Okay, and this is introducing the next section. And Moses called all Israel, and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the ordinances and laws which I speak in your ears this day, that ye may learn them, and fulfill them indeed. The Lord our God made an appointment with us in Horeb. The Lord made not this bond with our fathers, but with us, even with us, which are all here alive this day. The Lord talked with you face to face in the mount, out of the midst of the fire. And I stood between the Lord and you the same time, and showed you the word of the Lord. For you were afraid at the sight of the fire, and went not up into the mount. And he said, I am the Lord thy God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Thou shalt have none other gods in my presence. Thou shalt make thee no graven image of any manner of likeness that is in heaven above, and that is in the earth beneath, and that is in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt neither bow thy... missing pages. Thou shalt... Okay. Chapter 5. Thou shalt neither bow thyself unto them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the wickedness of the fathers upon the children, even in the 3rd and 4th generation, among them that hate me, and show mercy upon thousands among them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. In vain. Keep the Sabbath day, that thou sanctify it, as the Lord thy God hath commanded. As the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all that thou hast to do, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not do any work. Thou and thy son, thy daughter, thy servant and thy maid, thine ox and thine ass, and all thy cattle, and the stranger that is within thy gates, and thy servant and thy maid, that thy servant and thy maid may rest as well as thou. Remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and how that the Lord thy God brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, for which cause the Lord thy God commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day. Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not slay, thou shalt not break wedlock, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not lust after thy neighbor's wife, thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's house, his field, his servant, or his maid, his ox, his ass, or aught that thy neighbor hath. These words the Lord spake unto all your multitude in the mount, out of the midst of the fire, cloud, and darkness, with a great voice, added no more thereto, and wrote them in 2 tables of stone, and delivered them unto me. These words the Lord spake with a great voice, added no more thereto, and wrote them, and delivered them. And it fortuned that when ye heard the voice out of the midst of the darkness, and saw that the hill did burn with fire, ye came unto me with the captains of your tribes and your elders, and ye said, Behold, the Lord our God hath showed us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice out of the midst of the fire. We have seen this day that God doth talk with a man, and he yet liveth. Now therefore why should we die, that this great fire should consume us? If we hear the voice of the Lord our God any more, we shall die. For flesh hath it been that ever heard the voice of the living God speaking out of the midst of the fire, as we have done, and yet did live? Go thou and hear all that the Lord our God saith, and tell thou unto us all that the Lord our God saith unto thee, and we will hear it and do it. And the Lord heard the voice of your words when you spake unto me, and the Lord said unto me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people, which they have spoken unto thee. They have well said all that they have spoken. Oh that oh 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 that there were such an heart in them, that they would fear me, and keep all my commandments alway, that it might go well with them and with their children forever. Go and say unto them, Get you into your tents again, but stand thou here by me, and I will tell thee all the commandments, ordinances, and laws which thou shalt teach them, that they may do them in the land which I give them to possess. Take heed therefore that ye do indeed as the Lord your God hath commanded you, and turn not aside either to the right hand or to the left, but walk in all the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may go well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. 6. These are the commandments, ordinances, and laws which the Lord your God commanded me to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it, namely, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, and keep all his ordinances and his commandments which I command thee, thou and thy son, and thy son's son, all days of thy life, that thy days may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Israel, and take heed that thou do thereafter, that it may go well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, even as the Lord God of thy fathers hath promised thee a land, even as the Lord God of thy fathers hath promised thee a land that floweth with milk and honey. There's promise. It's a verb. Oh, over here. No. Hear, O Israel, our God is Lord only. Our God is Lord only. Our God is Lord only. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt show them unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou art at home in thine house, and as thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be warnings between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and upon thy gates. And when the Lord thy God hath brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and giveth thee great and goodly cities which thou buildedst not, houses full of all manner of goods which thou filledst not, and wells digged which thou diggedst not, vineyards and olive trees which thou plantedst not. And when thou hast eaten and art full, then beware, lest thou forget the Lord, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, and serve him, and swear by his name. See that you walk not after strange gods, the gods of the nations which are about you. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you, lest the countenance of the Lord thy God be moved to wrath against thee, and destroy thee from off the earth. Ye shall not tempt the Lord your God, as ye did in the temptation, but keep the commandments of the Lord your God, and his witnesses, and his ordinances, which he hath commanded thee. And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that thou mayest prosper, and that thou mayest go in and conquer that good land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to cast out all thine enemies before thee, as the Lord hath said. And when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, What meaneth these witnesses, ordinances, and laws which the Lord our God hath commanded you? Then thou shalt say unto thy son, We were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and the Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. And the Lord showed signs and wonders, great and evil, upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household, before our eyes, but brought us out from thence, to bring us in, and to give us the land which he sware unto our fathers. And he hath commanded us to do all these ordinances, and to fear the Lord our God for our wealth all the days of our life, as it is come to pass this day. Moreover, this shall be our righteousness before the Lord our God, if we take heed and keep all these commandments as he hath commanded us. 7. When the Lord thy God hath brought thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, namely, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou, and when the Lord thy God hath set them before thee, thou shalt smite them, and utterly destroy them, and make no covenant with them, nor have compassion on them. Thou shalt make no marriages with them, neither give thy daughter unto his son, nor take his daughter unto thy son. For they will deceive thy son, that he should not fear me, and they shall serve strange gods, and then will the wrath of the Lord wax hot against you, and destroy you shortly. But thus ye shall deal with them. Ye shall overthrow their altars, and break down their pillars, cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art an holy nation unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a several people unto himself, above all nations that are upon the earth. It was not because of the multitude of you above all nations that the Lord had lust unto you and chose you, seeing you were fewest of all nations, but because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers. Therefore hath the Lord brought you out of Egypt through a mighty hand, and delivered you out of the house of bondage, even from the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt. Understand therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, and that a true God, which keepeth appointment and mercy unto them that love him, and keep his commandments even throughout 1,000 generations, and rewardeth them that hate him before his face, so that he bringeth them to naught, and doth not defer the time, but rewardeth him that hateth him before his face. Keep thou therefore the commandments and ordinances and laws which I command thee this day, that thou do them. If ye hearken unto these laws, and observe and do them, the Lord thy God also shall keep unto thee the appointment. I like this shortening. The promise, and the mercy which he sware unto thy fathers. He will love thee, and bless thee, and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb, and the fruit of thy land, thy corn, thy wine, and thine oil, and the fruit of thine oxen, and the flocks of thy sheep in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give them, or to give thee. Thou shalt be blessed above all nations. There shall be neither man nor woman unfruitful among you, nor anything unfruitful among your cattle. Moreover, the Lord will take away from thee all manner infirmities, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will send them upon all them that hate thee. Thou shalt consume all the nations which the Lord thy God shall deliver thee. Thine eye shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that shall be thy decay. If thou say in thine heart, These nations are more than I, how can I cast them out? Thou shalt not fear them, but remember what the Lord thy God did unto Pharaoh and unto all Egypt, the great temptations which thine eyes saw, and the signs and wonders, and the mighty hand and stretched out arm, wherethrough the Lord thy God brought thee out. Even so shall the Lord thy God do unto all the nations of whom thou art afraid. Moreover, the Lord thy God will send hornets among them until they that are left and hide themselves from thee be destroyed. Okay. Until they that are left and hide themselves from thee be destroyed. Thou shalt not fear them, for the Lord thy God is among you, a mighty God and a terrible. For the Lord thy God will put out these nations before thee by little and little. Thou mayest not consume them at once, lest the beasts of the field increase upon thee. But the Lord thy God shall give them over before thee, and shall destroy them with a mighty tempest, until he have brought them to naught. And he shall deliver their kings into thine hand, and thou shalt destroy their name from under heaven. There shall no man be able to stand before thee until thou have destroyed them. Until ye have destroyed them. Well, okay. No, that's a subjunctive. Until thou have destroyed them. Well, anyway. The graven images of their gods shalt thou burn with fire,
And covet not the gold and silver that is on them, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein. For it is an abomination before the Lord thy God. Bring not therefore abomination into thine house, lest thou be a damned thing, as it is, as it is, but utterly defy it and abhor it, for it is a damned thing, or condemned thing. 8. Oh, we can switch back. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye keep for to do them, that ye may live, and multiply, and go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers. And thou shalt think on all the way which the Lord thy God led thee this 40 years in the wilderness, for to humble thee, and to prove thee, and to wit what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. He humbled thee, and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which neither thou nor thy fathers knew of, to make thee to know that a man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord doth a man live. Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell those 40 years. This also shalt thou consider in thine heart, that as a man nurtureth his son, even so the Lord thy God nurtureth thee. Therefore shalt thou keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, that thou walk in his ways, and fear him. For the Lord thy God bringeth thee into a good land, a land in the which are rivers of water, and fountains, and springs that spring out of valleys and hills, a land wherein is wheat and barley, vineyards, fig trees, and pomegranates, a land wherein is oil, olive, and honey, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness, neither shalt thou lack anything, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou shalt dig brass. When thou hast eaten therefore and filled thyself, thou shalt bless the Lord thy God in that good land which he hath given thee. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God, that thou wouldest not keep his commandments, his laws, and his ordinances, which I command thee this day. Yea, and when thou hast eaten and filled thyself, and hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when thy beasts and thy sheep are waxed many, and thy silver and gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is increased, then beware lest thine heart rise, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, and from the house of bondage, and which was thy guide in the great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents, scorpions, and drought without any water. But he brought out water for thee, even out of the rock of flint. He fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, even for to humble thee, and to prove thee, and that he might so do the good. And that he might so do thee good at thy latter end, lest thou shouldest say in thine heart, My power and the might of mine own hand hath prepared me this abundance. But remember the Lord thy God, how that it is he which giveth thee power to get the substance, or to get thee substance, for to make good the promise which he sware unto thy fathers, as this day doth witness. And if thou forget the Lord thy God, and walk after strange gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify unto you this day, that ye shall surely perish, as the nations which the Lord destroyeth before you, even so ye shall perish, because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord your God. Hear, O Israel, thou passest, um, and this might be, here, like right here. Hear, O Israel, thou passest over Jordan this day to go in and conquer nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and walled up to heaven, a people great and tall, even the children of the Anakims, which thou knowest of, and of whom thou hast heard say, Who will stand before the children of Anak? Understand therefore this day, that the Lord thy God is even he which goeth over before thee, as a devouring and a consuming fire. He shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. He shall cast them out, and bring them to naught quickly, as the Lord hath said unto thee. Speak not thou in thine heart, after that the Lord thy God hath cast them out before thee, saying, For my righteousness the Lord hath brought me in to possess this land. Nay, but for the wickedness of these nations the Lord hath cast them out before thee. Is it not for thy righteousness' sake, or for thy right heart? Okay, no. It is not for thy righteousness' sake, or for thy right heart, that thou goest to possess their land, But for the wickedness of these nations the Lord thy God doth cast them out before thee, even to perform the word which the Lord thy God sware unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand therefore, it is not for thy righteousness' sake that the Lord thy God doth give thee this good land to possess it, seeing thou art a stiff-necked people. Remember and forget not how thou provokedst the Lord thy God in the wilderness, since the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt, until ye came into this place. Ye have rebelled against the Lord. Also in Horeb ye angered the Lord, so that the Lord was wroth with you, even to have destroyed you, when I was gone up into the mount to receive the tables of stone, the tables of appointment, which the Lord made with you. And I abode in the hill 40 days and 40 nights, when I neither did eat bread nor drink water. Um, when I neither did eat bread nor drank water, and the Lord delivered me 2 tables of stone, written with the finger of God, and in them was according to all the words which the Lord said unto you in the mount out of the midst of the fire, in the day of the gathering together. And when the 40 days and 40 nights were ended, the Lord gave me the 2 tables of stone, the tables of the covenant. And the Lord said unto me, Up and get thee down quickly from hence, for thy people which thou hast brought out of Egypt have marred all, or erred all. They are turned at once. They are turned at once out of the way, which I commanded them, and have made them a molten image. Furthermore, the Lord spake unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Let me alone, that I may destroy them, and put out the name of them from under heaven. And I will make of thee a mighty nation, and greater than they be. And I turned me and came down from the hill, even from the hill that burnt with fire, and the 2 tables of the appointment were in my hands. And I looked, and behold, ye had sinned against the Lord your God, and had made you a molten calf, and had turned at once out of the way which the Lord had commanded you. And I took the 2 tables, and cast them out of my 2 hands, and brake them before your eyes. And I fell down flat before the Lord, even as at the first time. And 40 days and 40 nights I did neither eat bread nor drink water, because of all your sins which ye sinned, in doing wickedly in the sight of the Lord, in that which ye provoked him unto wrath. Because of all your sins, in doing wickedly in that you provoked him unto wrath. Quite long sentences. For I was afraid that for the wrath and fierceness wherewith the Lord was moved against you, he would have destroyed you. But the Lord heard me at that time also. The Lord was very angry with Aaron also, even to have destroyed him. And I made intercession for Aaron also the same time. And I took your sin, the calf which ye had made, and burnt him with fire, and stamped him, and ground him a good. Wow, ground him a good, even unto small dust. And I cast the dust thereof into the brook that descended out of the mount, also at the burning, at the temptation, and at the sepulchres of lust, ye angered the Lord. This is where they lusted for the quail meat, and in later versions this isn't translated out. I don't remember what the name is. So also at those places ye angered the Lord. Likewise, when the Lord sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, Go up and conquer the land which I have given you, ye disobeyed the mouth of the Lord your God, and neither believed him nor hearkened unto his voice. Ye have been disobedient unto the Lord since the day that I knew you. And I fell down flat before the Lord 40 days and 40 nights, which I lay there. Fell down flat before the Lord 40 days and 40 nights, which I lay there, for the Lord said that he would destroy you. I made intercession therefore unto the Lord, and said, O Lord God, destroy not thy people and thine inheritance, which thou hast delivered through thy greatness, and which thou hast brought out of Egypt through a mighty hand. Remember thy servants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and look not to the stubbornness of this people, nor to their wickedness and sin, lest the land whence thou broughtest them say, The Lord is not able to bring them into the land which he promised them. And because he hated them, therefore hath he carried them out to slay them in the wilderness. Behold, they are thy people, and thine inheritance which thou broughtest out in thy mighty power and in thy stretched out arm. They are thine inheritance. 10. In the same season the Lord said unto me, Hew thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and come up unto me into the mount, and make thee an ark of wood, and I will write in the tables the words that were in the first tables which thou breakest, and thou shalt put them in the ark. And I made an ark of shittim wood, and hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and went up into the mountain, having the 2 tables in mine hand. And he wrote in the tables, according to the first writing, the 10 verses which the Lord spake unto you in the mount out of the midst of the fire, in the day of the gathering together. And the Lord gave them unto me. And I departed, and came down from the hill, and put the tables in the ark which I had made, and there they be, as the Lord commanded me. And the children of Israel took their journey from Beroth of the children of Jachan to Mosera, where Aaron died and was buried, and Eleazar his son became priest in his stead. From there they departed unto Gidgad, and from Gidgad to Jotbath, a land which hath rivers of water. The same season the Lord separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the appointment of the Lord, and to stand before the Lord, and to minister unto him, and to bless in his name unto this day. Wherefore the Levites have no part nor inheritance with their brethren, but the Lord is their inheritance, as the Lord thy God hath promised them. And I tarried in the mount, even as at the first time, 40 days and 40 nights, and the Lord hearkened unto me at that time also, and the Lord would not destroy thee. And the Lord, it's interesting, Moses is addressing the people as thee and thou. I just noticed. And the Lord said unto me, Up and go forth in the journeys before the people, that they may go in and conquer the land which I swear unto their fathers to give unto them. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, and to walk in all his ways, to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, namely, that thou keep the commandments of the Lord, and his ordinances, which I command thee this day for thy wealth. Behold, heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord's thy God, and the earth with all that therein is. Notwithstanding the Lord had a lust unto thy fathers to love them, and chose their seed after them, even you, above all nations, as thou seest this day. Lust seems to be used like a form of list or listing at this point. The Lord had a preference unto you, unto thy fathers. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked, for the Lord your God is God of gods, and Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and terrible. A great God, a mighty and a terrible, which regardeth no man's person, nor taketh gift. He doeth right unto the fatherless and widow, and loveth the stranger, to give him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger also, for ye were strangers yourselves in the land of Egypt. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. To him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name. He is thy praise and thy God, that hath done for thee these great and terrible things, which thine eyes have seen. Thy fathers went down into Egypt with 70 souls, and now the Lord thy God hath made thee, and multiplied thee as the stars of heaven. 11. Therefore thou shalt love the Lord thy God, and keep his observances, his ordinances, his laws, and his commandments alway. Call to your mind this day that which your children have neither known nor seen, even the nurture of the Lord your God, his greatness, his mighty hand, and his stretched out arm, his miracles and his acts, which he did in the midst of Egypt, even unto Pharaoh the king of Egypt, and unto all his land, and what he did unto the host of Egypt, unto their horses and chariots, how he brought the water of the Red Sea upon them, as they chased you behind, and how the Lord hath brought them to naught unto this day, and what he did unto you in the wilderness, until ye came unto this place, and what he did unto Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, the son of Reuben, how the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them with their households and their tents, and all their substance that was in their possession, in the midst of Israel. The nurture of the Lord your God, his greatness. At this time, nurture seems to be like the education or raising up. It seems to be a synonym for that. Training up. Maybe yeah, okay. I'll find out later. Doubtless your eyes have seen all the great acts of the Lord which he did. Therefore shall ye keep all the commandments which I command you this day, that ye may be strong, and go in and conquer the land whither ye go to possess it, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give unto them and to their seed, a land that floweth with milk and honey. For the land whither thou goest to possess it is not as the land of Egypt, that ye came out of, where thou sowedst thy seed, and wateredst it with thy feet as a garden of herbs. But the land whither ye go over to possess it is a land that hath hills and valleys, and drinketh water of the rain of heaven. This land doth the Lord thy God care for, and the eyes of the Lord thy God are always upon it, from the beginning of the year unto the end of the year. If ye shall hearken therefore unto my commandments, which I command you this day, that ye love the Lord your God, and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, I also will give rain unto your land in due season, says he, the first rain and the latter, that thou mayest gather in thy corn, thy wine, and thine oil. Okay. This is God speaking in this paragraph. My commandments. I will give you rain, and I will send grass in thy fields for thy cattle, that thou mayest eat and fill thyself. But beware that your heart deceive you not, and you turn aside and serve strange gods and worship them, and then the Lord bring wrath. Then the Lord, being wroth against you, shut up the heaven, that there be no rain, and that your land yield not a fruit. Oh, unless you perish quickly from off the good land which the Lord giveth you. Therefore shall you put up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as a warning between your eyes. And you shall teach them your children, that they may talk of them, when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. Yea, and thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thine house, and upon thy gates, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children in the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them, as long as the days of heaven last upon the earth. For if ye keep all these commandments which I command you, so that ye do them, namely, that ye love the Lord your God, and walk in all his ways, and cleave unto him, then will the Lord cast out all these nations before you, and ye shall be the heirs of great nations, and of them that are mightier than yourselves. All the places whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours, even from the wilderness, and from Lebanon, and from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea shall your coast be. There shall no man be able to stand before you, for the Lord your God shall cast the fear and dread of you upon all the land that you shall tread upon, as he hath said unto you. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I commanded you this day, and a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn out of the way which I command you this day, to go after strange gods which ye have not known. When the Lord thy God therefore hath brought thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, thou shalt put the blessing upon Mount Gerizim, and the curse upon Mount Ebal, which mountains are on the other side Jordan, on the back side of the way toward the going down of the sun, in the land of the Canaanites, which dwell in the plain over against Gilgal, beside the grove of Moreh. For ye shall pass over Jordan to go in and possess the land which the Lord your God giveth you, and ye shall conquer it, and dwell therein. Take heed therefore that ye do all the commandments and laws which I set before you this day. 12. These are the ordinances and laws which ye shall observe and do in the land which the Lord God of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it, as long as ye live upon the earth. Ye shall destroy all places wherein the nations which ye shall conquer serve to their gods, upon high mountains, on hills, and under every thick tree. Overthrow their altars, and break their pillars, and burn the groves with fire, and hew down the graven images of the gods that they have, and bring the names of them to naught out of that place. Ye shall not so do unto the Lord your God, but ye shall seek the place which the Lord your God shall have chosen out of all your tribes, to put his name there, and there to dwell. And thither thou shalt come, and thither ye shall bring your burnt sacrifices and your offerings, your tithes and heave offerings of your hand, your vows, your freewill offerings, and the first gendered of your oxen and of your sheep. And there ye shall eat before the Lord your God, and ye shall rejoice in all that ye put your hand unto, both ye and your households, wherein the Lord thy God hath blessed thee. Rejoice in all wherein the Lord thy God hath blessed thee. Ye shall not do after all these things that we do here this day, every man what seemeth him good in his own eyes. Ye shall not do after all these things that we do here this day, every man what seemeth him good in his own eyes. For ye are not yet come to rest, and to the inheritance which the Lord your God giveth you. But when ye go over Jordan, and dwell in the land which the Lord your God hath given you to inherit, and when he hath given you rest from all your enemies round about, so that ye dwell in safety, then unto the place which the Lord your God hath chosen to put his name there, ye shall bring all that I command you, namely, your burnt sacrifices, your offerings, your tithes, the heave offerings of your hand, and all your special vows which ye vow unto the Lord. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God, yea, and your sons and your daughters, your servants and your maidens, and the Levite that is within your gates, forasmuch as he hath no part nor inheritance with you. The Levite. Take heed that thou offer not thy burnt offerings in every place that thou seest, but in the place which the Lord shall have chosen in one of thy tribes, there thou shalt offer thy burnt offerings, and there thou shalt do all that I command thee. Notwithstanding, thou mayest kill and eat flesh in all thy cities, whatsoever thy soul listeth after, according to the blessing of the Lord thy God, which hath given thee. Both the unclean and the clean may eat thereof, even as the roebuck, or the hart. Only ye shall not eat the blood, but pour it upon the earth as water. Okay. According to the blessing of the Lord thy God, which hath given thee both the unclean. Okay. 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 Thou mayest not eat within thy gates the tithe of thy corn, or thy wine, or of thy oil, and the first gendered of thine oxen and of thy sheep, neither any of thy vows which thou vowest, nor thy freewill offerings or heave offering or of thine hand, but thou must eat them before the Lord thy God in the place which the Lord thy God hath chosen, and thou and thy son and thy daughter, thy servant and thy maid, and the Levite that is within thy gates. And thou shalt rejoice and be refreshed before the Lord thy God in all that thou puttest thine hand to. Beware that thou forsake not the Levite as long as thou livest upon the earth. If, when the Lord thy God hath enlarged thy border as he hath promised thee, thou say, I will eat flesh, because thy soul longeth to eat flesh, thou mayest eat flesh whatsoever thy soul lusteth. If the place which the Lord thy God hath chosen to put his name there be too far overly far. Oh, okay. Be too far from thee. Then thou shalt kill of thy oxen and of thy sheep which the Lord hath given thee, as I have commanded thee, and thou shalt eat in thine own city whatsoever thy soul lusteth. 4. And as the roebuck and the hart is eaten, even so thou shalt eat them. Both the clean and the unclean shall eat of them. But be strong that thou eat not the blood. Be strong that thou eat not the blood. Interesting. For the blood, that is the life, and thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh. Thou shalt not eat it, but pour it upon the earth as water. See thou eat it not, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee. But thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord. But thy holy things which thou hast, and thy vows, thou shalt take, and come unto the place which the Lord hath chosen, and thou shalt offer thy burnt offerings, both flesh and blood, upon the altar of the Lord thy God, and the blood of thine offerings shall be poured out upon the altar of the Lord thy God, and thou shalt eat the flesh. Take heed and hear all these words which I command thee, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee forever, if thou doest that which is good and right in the sight of the Lord thy God. Be right back. I gotta feed the cat. Just a moment. I already had it ready. Okay. When the Lord thy God hath destroyed the nations before thee, whither thou goest to conquer them, and thou succeedest in their inheritance, and dwellest in their land, beware that thou be not taken in a snare after them, after that they be destroyed before thee, and thou ask not after their gods. Beware that thou ask not after their gods, saying, How did these nations serve their gods? I will do so likewise. Nay, thou shalt not so do unto the Lord thy God. For all abominations and that which the Lord hateth, the same have they done unto their gods. For they burn both their sons and their daughters with fire before their gods. Therefore whatsoever I command you, that take heed ye do. Only unto the Lord put thou not thereto, nor take aught therefrom. Add nothing, take away nothing. And this is the reason these nations are rooted out, because of wickedness that is just way too extreme to even write. 13. If there arise among you a prophet, a dreamer of dreams, and give you a sign or wonder, and that sign or wonder which he hath said come to pass, and then say, Let us go after strange gods which thou hast not known, and let us serve them, hearken not thou unto the words of that prophet or dreamer of dreams, for the Lord thy God proveth you, to wit, whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Ye shall walk after the Lord your God, and fear him, keep his commandments, and hearken unto his voice, serve him, and cleave unto him. And the prophet or dreamer of dreams shall die, because he hath spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and delivered you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which the Lord thy God commanded thee to walk in. And therefore thou shalt put the evil away from thee. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thine own son, or thy daughter, or thy wife that lieth in thy bosom, what's going on here? Or thy friend, which is as thine own soul unto thee, entice thee secretly, saying, Let us go and serve strange gods, which thou hast not known, nor yet thy fathers, and they be of the gods of the people which are round about you, whether they be nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth unto the other, thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him. Thine eye shall not pity him, neither shalt thou have compassion on him, nor keep him secret, but cause him to be slain. Thine hand shall be first upon him to kill him, and then the hands of all the people. And thou shalt stone him with stones that he die, because he hath gone about to thrust thee away from the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, and from the house of bondage. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. If thou shalt hear say in one of thy cities which the Lord thy God hath given thee to dwell in, that certain men, being the children of Belial, are gone out from among you, and have moved the inhabitants of their city, saying, Let us go and serve strange gods which ye have not known, then thou must seek, and make search, and inquire diligently. And behold, if it be true, and the thing of a surety, if it be true, and the thing of a surety, that such abomination is wrought among you, then thou shalt smite the dwellers of that city in the edge of the sword, and destroy it utterly, and all that is therein, and even the very cattle thereof with the edge of the sword, and gather all the spoil of it into the midst of the street thereof, and burn with fire both the city and all the spoil thereof, every whit, for the Lord thy God. And it shall be an heap forever, and shall not be built again, and there shall cleave not of the damned thing in thine hand, or condemned thing, that thy God may turn from the fierceness of his wrath, and show thee mercy, and have compassion on thee, and multiply thee, as he hath sworn unto thy fathers. Therefore shalt thou hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep all his commandments which I command thee this day, that thou do it which is right in the eyes of the Lord thy God. 14. Ye are the children of the Lord your God. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make you any baldness between your eyes for any dead man. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a several people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. Thou shalt eat no manner of abomination. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: oxen, sheep, and goats, hart, roe, and bugle, wild goat, unicorn, wild ox, and chameleon. Hold on. Let me compare. Let me compare and contrast here a little bit. 14. Okay. The chamois, some kind of a where to go. This is the chamois, some kind of a wild, like, goat thing. Bugle, this corresponds to pygarg, which I'm also not familiar with. They use unicorn here for wild goat. Nope. Okay. No. Okay. This is the pygarg. Okay. Fact is, this doesn't correspond one to one with the King James, so never mind. And all the beasts that cleave the hoof, and split it. Oh, flit it? No, that. Okay, slit it in the two claws, and chew the cud, them ye shall eat. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of: them that chew cud, and of them that divide and cleave the hoof, the camel, the hare, and the coney, rabbit. By the way, using a unicorn as one of the clean beasts that are common to eat, obviously not a mythical creature. It's just the way they named the animal. Chew cud, but divide not the hoof, therefore are they unclean unto you. And also the swine, though he divide the hoof, yet he cheweth not cud, therefore is he unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of the flesh of such, nor touch the dead carcass of them. these you shall eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat, and whatsoever hath no fins and scales, of that ye may not eat, but it is unclean unto you. Of all clean birds ye shall eat, but these are they of which ye shall not eat: the eagle, the goshawk, and the cormorant, the ixion, the vulture, and the kite after her kind, and all kind of ravens, the ostrich, the night crow, the cuckoo, and the sparrowhawk after her kind, the little owl, the great owl, the back, the bittern, the pine, the stork, and the heron are all unclean. The jay in his kind, the lapwing, the swallow. And let all creeping fowls be unclean unto you, and not be eaten of. But of all clean fowls you may eat. Ye shall eat of nothing that dieth alone, but thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy city, that he eat of it, or thou mayest sell it unto an alien, um, foreigner living outside of your land. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk. Thou shalt tithe all the increase of thy seed, and that the field bringeth forth year by year. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he hath chosen, and where he hath put his name, the tithe of thy corn, of thy wine, and of thine oil, and the firstgendered of thine oxen and of thy sheep, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God alway. If the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, and if the place be far off from thee which the Lord thy God hath chosen to set his name there, and the Lord thy God hath blessed thee, you know, that you have much to tithe, then shalt thou make it into money, and take the money in thine hand, and go unto the place which the Lord thy God hath chosen, and bestow the money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, for oxen and sheep, wine and strong drink, and for whatsoever thy soul desireth, and eat there before the Lord thy God, and be merry, both thou and thine household, and the Levite that is within thy gates. Shalt thou not forsake, for he the Levite hath neither part nor inheritance with thee. At the end of 3 years thou shalt bring forth all the tithes of thine increase the same year, and lay it up within thine own gates. And the Levite which hath no part nor inheritance with thee shall come, and the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, which are within thy gates, shall eat and be filled, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the works of thine hands which thou doest. 15. In the 7th year thou shalt make a freedom, and this is the manner of the freedom. Whosoever lendeth aught with his hand unto his neighbor may not ask again, ask for it back, that which he hath lent of his neighbor or of his brother, because it is called the Lord's free year. Yet of a stranger and of an alien thou mayest call it home again. But he that is thy brother, him... Okay, nope. Oh, yeah, okay. He that is thy brother... Oh, remit. Okay. But he that is thy brother, him shall thine hand remit. Nevertheless, there shall be no beggar among you. For the Lord shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, an inheritance to possess it, so that thou hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all these commandments which I command thee this day. For the Lord thy God hath blessed thee as he hath promised thee. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou thyself shalt not borrow. And thou shalt reign over many nations, and they shall not reign over thee. If one of thy brethren among you be poor within any of thy gates in thy land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother, but open thine hand unto him, and lend him sufficient for his need which he hath. Beware that there be not a wicked point in thine heart, that thou wouldest say the following: Beware okay, beware that you don't say such things as this. The seventh year, the year of freedom, is at hand, and therefore it grieveth. Okay, that's the whole quote. Never mind. The seventh year, the year of freedom, is at hand. Therefore I won't lend it to you. And therefore it grieveth thee to look on thy poor brother, and givest him not, and he then cry unto the Lord against thee, and it be sin unto thee. But give him, and let it not grieve thine heart to give unto him, because that for this thing the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy words, and in all that thou puttest thine hand to. The land shall never be without poor. And therefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt open thine hand unto thy brother that is needy and poor in thy land. If thy brother an Hebrew sell himself to thee, or an Hebrewess, and serve thee 6 years, in the seventh year thou shalt let him go free from thee. And when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go away empty, but shalt give him of thy sheep, of thy corn, and of thy wine, and give him of that wherewith the Lord thy God hath blessed thee. And remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy God delivered thee thence, and therefore I command thee this thing today. And if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee in thy house, and is well at ease with thee, then shalt thou take a nail, and nail his hair. His hair? I guess this is ear. Well, I mean, even that sounds extreme, but, boring the ear through, to the door therewith, and let him be thy servant forever. Let me actually see. Yeah, King James, it's ear. Thrust his ear through. Thrust it through his ear unto the door. Anyway, just a piercing of the ear. Thou shalt take a nail and nail his ear to the door therewith, and let him be thy servant forever. And unto thy maidservant thou shalt do likewise. And let it not grieve thine eye when thou lettest him go out free from thee, for he hath been worth a double hired servant to thee in his service 6 years. And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all that thou doest. All the firstgendered that come of thine oxen and of thy sheep that are males thou shalt hallow unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt do no work with the firstgendered of thine oxen, nor shear thy firstgendered of thy sheep. Thou shalt eat it before the Lord thy God year by year, in the place which the Lord hath chosen, both thou and thine household. If there be any deformity therein, and if it be lame or blind, or have any other evil favoredness, thou shalt not offer it unto the Lord thy God, but shalt eat it within thine own gates. The unclean and the clean indifferently, as the roebuck and the hart. The unclean and clean people may eat it. Only eat not the blood thereof, but pour it upon the ground as water. Pour it. 16. Observe the month of new corn, that thou mayest offer Passover unto the Lord thy God. For in the month when corn beginneth to ripe, the Lord thy God brought thee out of Egypt by night. Thou shalt therefore offer Passover unto the Lord thy God in sheep and oxen, in the place which the Lord shall choose to put his name there. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it, but 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of tribulation, for thou camest out of the land of Egypt in haste, that thou mayest remember the day when thou camest out of the land of Egypt all days of thy life. And there shall be no leavened bread seen in all thy coasts 7 days long, neither shall there remain anything of the flesh which thou offeredst the first day at even, until the morning. It shall remain nothing until the morning. Thou mayest not offer Passover within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee. But in the place which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name in, there thou shalt offer Passover at even, about the going down of the sun, even in the season that thou camest out of Egypt. And thou shalt seethe and eat it in the place which the Lord thy God hath chosen, and depart on the morrow, and get thee unto thy tent. 6 days shalt thou eat sweet bread, and the seventh day is a gathering together before the Lord thy God. Thou shalt do no work therein. 7 weeks shalt thou number unto thee, and begin to number the 7 weeks when thou beginnest to put thy thy sickle to the corn. Okay. 7 weeks shalt thou number unto thee, and begin to number the 7 weeks when thou beginnest to put thy sickle to the corn, and keep the feast of weeks unto the Lord thy God, with a freewill offering of thy hand, which thou shalt give unto the Lord thy God, according as the Lord thy God hath blessed thee. And rejoice before the Lord thy God, thou and thy son, thy daughter, thy servant, and thy maid, and the Levite that is within thy gates, and the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow that are among you, in the place which the Lord thy God hath chosen to put his name there. And remember that thou wast a servant in Egypt, and thou shalt observe and do these ordinances. Thou shalt also observe the feast of tabernacles 7 days after that thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine. And thou shalt rejoice in that thy feast, thou and thy son, thy daughter, thy servant, and thy maid, the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless, the widow that are within thy gates. And it looks like this is supposed to be an S, but it's an R. And the widow that are within thy gates. 7 days shalt thou keep holy day unto the Lord thy God in the place which the Lord shall choose. For the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy fruits, and in all the works of thine hands. Therefore shalt thou be glad. 3 times in the year shall all the males appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of the sweet bread, in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles. And they shall not appear before the Lord empty, but every man according to the gift of his hand, and according to the blessing of the Lord thy God which he hath given thee. Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy cities, which the Lord thy God giveth thee throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people righteously. Wrest not thou the law, nor know any person, neither take any reward. For gifts blind the wise, and pervert the words of the righteous. That which is just and right shalt thou follow, that thou mayest live and enjoy the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt plant thee no grove, of whatsoever trees it be, nigh unto the altar of the Lord thy God, which thou shalt make thee. Thou shalt set thee up no pillar, which the Lord thy God hateth. The groves and pillars. 17. Thou shalt offer unto the Lord thy God no ox nor sheep wherein is blemish or any deformity, for that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, so that they have gone beyond his appointment, and gone and served strange gods, and worshipped them, the sun or moon, or any of the host of heaven, which I have not commanded, and it is told thee, and thou hast heard of it, then shalt thou inquire diligently, and if it be true, and a thing of a surety, that such abomination is wrought in Israel, then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto the gates, and shalt stone them with stones till they die. At the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death die, and at the mouth of 1 witness let no man die. The hands of the witnesses shall be first upon him, to kill him, and afterward the hands of all the people, and thou shalt put the wicked away from thee. If there rise a matter too hard for thee in judgment, between blood and blood, between people and people, look at that. I think that's an abbreviation of people. 17. Matter too hard for thee. Oh, no, that's plea. Okay, I should have just read it the way it looks. Between blood and blood, between plea and plea, between plague and plague. In King James, this is not plague, but stroke. Okay, and this does not mean between people of the same blood. If there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment, like two parties having drawn blood. This is actually a hard little passage. Between plague and plague, or stroke of stroke, and the matters come to strife within thy gates. Then shalt thou arise and get thee up unto the place which the Lord thy God hath chosen, and come unto the priests the Levites, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and ask, and they shall show thee the sentence of judgment. And thou must do according to that which they of that place which the Lord hath chosen show thee. And thou shalt observe to do according to all that they inform thee, according to the sentence of the laws which they teach thee, and according to the judgment which they tell thee shalt thou do, and bow not from that which they show thee, neither to the right hand nor to the left. And that man that will do presumptuously, and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth before the Lord thy God to minister, or unto the judge, that man shall die, and thou shalt put away evil from Israel. And all the people shall hear and fear, and shall do no more presumptuously. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and enjoyest it, and dwellest therein, and if thou shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me, then thou shalt make him a king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. Even one from among thy brethren shalt thou make king over thee, and thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not of thy brethren. But he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor bring the people again to Egypt through the multitude of horses. For as much as the Lord hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth go no more again that way. Also he ought not to multiply wives to himself, lest his heart turn away, neither shall he gather himself silver and gold too much. And when he is set upon the seat of his kingdom, he shall write him out a copy of this law in a book before the priests the Levites. And it shall be with him, and he ought to read therein all days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, and to keep all the words of this law and these ordinances, for to do them, and that his heart arise not above his brethren, and that he turn not from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, but that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in Israel. (18) The priests, the Levites, and all the tribe of Levi must have no part nor inheritance with Israel, but shall eat the offerings of the Lord and his inheritance. Therefore shall they have no inheritance among their brethren, but the Lord he is their inheritance, as he hath said unto them. And this is the priest's duty of the people, and of them that offer sacrifice, whether it be ox or sheep. They must give unto the priest the shoulder, and the two cheeks, and the maw, the jaw, and the first fruits also of thy corn, wine, and oil, and the first of the wool of thy sheep shalt thou give him. Let's see. Yep. For the Lord thy God hath chosen him out of all thy tribes to stand and to minister in the name of the Lord, he and his sons forever. If a Levite come out of any of thy cities of all Israel, where he is a sojourner, and come with all the lust of his heart unto the place which the Lord hath chosen, he shall minister in the name of the Lord his God, as his other brethren the Levites do, which remain there before the Lord. And they shall have like portions to eat, beside that which cometh to him of the patrimony of his elders. The sale of his patrimony. I don't know. I am actually not sure. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, see that thou learn not to do after the abominations of those nations. For let there not be found among you any one that maketh his son or daughter to go through the fire, or that useth witchcraft, or a chooser out of days. Interesting. Observer of days. Chooser out of days. Okay. or that regardeth the flying of fowls, or a sorcerer, or a charmer, or that counseleth with spirits, or a soothsayer, or that asketh the truth at them that be dead. For all that do such things are abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth cast them out before thee. Thou shalt be perfect, therefore, and without blemish in the sight of the Lord thy God. For these nations which thou shalt conquer do hearken unto choosers out of days. It's kind of hard to say. For these nations do hearken unto choosers out of days, and unto sorcerers. Choosers out. But the Lord thy God hath not suffered thee so to do. The Lord God will stir up unto thee a prophet among you, even of thy brethren, like unto me. Even unto him ye shall hearken, according to all that thou desiredst of the Lord thy God in Horeb. According unto all that thou desiredst, unto all that thou desired of the Lord thy God in Horeb, in the day of the gathering together, when thou saidst, Let me hear the voice of my Lord God no more, nor see this great fire any more, that I die not. And the Lord said unto me, They have well spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And whosoever will not hearken unto the words which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that speaketh in the name of strange gods, the same prophet shall die. And if thou say in thine heart, How shall we know the word which the Lord hath not spoken? This token shalt thou have, even when a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken. But the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not therefore be afraid of him. Anytime afraid of comes up, I kind of enunciate it um, kind of carefully, because this is not the same as being the way we think of being afraid of something, but it's like being afraid because of him. Being afraid of or by. This is not the same thing as fearing him, or yeah. 19. When the Lord thy God hath rooted out the nations whose land the Lord thy God giveth thee, and thou succeedest in their inheritance, and dwellest in their cities and in their houses, thou shalt appoint 3 cities for thee in the midst of the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it. Thou shalt prepare the way, and divide the coasts of thy land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to inherit into 3 parts, that whosoever committeth murder may flee thither. For this, well, they actually say commit murder, but the manslaughter. For this cause must the slayer flee thither, that he may live. Whoso killeth his neighbor ignorantly, and hated him not in time past, and when a man goeth unto the wood with his neighbor to hew wood, thinking no harm, and as his hand fetcheth a stroke with the axe to cut down the tree, the head slippeth from the helve, and smiteth his neighbor that he dieth, the same shall flee unto one of the same cities and live, lest the executor of blood follow after the slayer while his heart is hot, and overtake him, because the way is long, and slay him. And yet there is no cause worthy of death in him, inasmuch as he hated him not in time past. Wherefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt appoint out 3 cities for thee. And if the Lord thy God enlarge thy coasts, as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, and give thee all the land which he said he would give unto thy fathers, thou shalt keep all these commandments to do them, which I command thee this day, that thou love the Lord thy God, and walk in his ways forever, and walk in his ways ever, and add 3 cities more for thee unto those 3, that innocent blood be not shed in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee to inherit, and so blood come upon thee. Wow. And if a man hate his neighbor, and lay wait for him, and rise against him, and smite him that he die, and then fleeth unto any of these cities, the elders of his city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him into the hands of the justice of blood, that he may die. Thine eye shall not spare him, but thou shalt put away innocent blood from Israel, that it may go well with thee. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's mark, or landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, that thou shalt inherit in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to enjoy it. One witness shall not rise against a man for any manner trespass, or for any manner sin, or for any manner fault that he offendeth in. But at the mouth of 2 witnesses, or of 3 witnesses, shall the matter be established. If an unrighteous witness rise up against a man to accuse him of trespass, then both the men which strive together shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition. And if a witness be found false, and that he hath given false witness against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to do unto his brother, and thou shalt put evil away from thee. And other shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more of any such wickedness among you. And thine eye shall have no compassion, but soul for soul, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. 20. And I think I'll, one more chapter here. I think I'll stop after this chapter. 20. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And when ye are come nigh unto the battle, the priest shall come forth to speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye are come unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, neither fear, nor be amazed, nor adread of them. Nor amazed, nor adread of them. For the Lord your God goeth with you, to fight for you against your enemies, and to save you. And let the officers speak unto the people, saying, If any man have built a new house, and have not dedicated it, let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. And if any man have planted a vineyard, and have not made it common, and lawful for every man to eat of, okay, let him go and return again unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another make it common. And if any man be betrothed unto a wife, and have not taken her, let him go and return again unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. And let the officers speak further unto the people, and say, If any man fear and be faint-hearted, let him go and return unto his house, lest he make his brother's heart faint as well as his. And when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, they shall make captains of war over them. When thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, offer them peace. And if they answer thee again peaceably, and open unto thee, then let all the people that is found therein be tributaries unto thee, and serve thee. And if they will make no peace with thee, but make war against thee, thou shalt besiege it. And when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite all the males thereof with the edge of the sword. But the women and the children and the cattle and all that is in the city, and all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. Thus shalt thou do. Oh, wow. Unto all the cities which are a great way off from thee, and not of the cities of these nations. But of the cities of these nations which the Lord thy God shall give thee to inherit, thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth, and shalt destroy them without redemption, namely the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations which they have done unto their gods, and so ye should sin against the Lord your God. When thou hast besieged a city long time, and made war against it to take it, destroy not the trees thereof, that thou wouldest thrust an axe unto them, but eat of them, and cut them not down. For the trees of the fields are no men to come against thee, and to besiege thee. That's interesting. Only those trees which thou knowest that are not fruitful, but wild and fit for other uses, those shalt thou destroy and cut down, and make bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee, until thou subdue it. The trees are no men to fight against thee. Okay, I think I stop here for the night. I was thinking about trying to read through Deuteronomy. There's 14 chapters left, which is still a good amount. Yeah, in the King James, the phrase here is, the tree of the field is man's life. And then what follows is, you know, because they eat the fruit of them. Only the trees which are not fruit trees you cut down. Anyway, thank you for watching tonight. Appreciate it, however long that you did stop in and listen. I appreciate it. It's all good. So, until next time, until next time, I love you, God bless you, and good night, friends.